Hi guys, it is a happy Sunday. How is everybody? I'm trying to decide if I want a coffee or not. Do I want a coffee? Should I make a coffee? Yes to coffee. Oh, good. I don't know if it's hot. I haven't been outside, so I'm not sure. All right. You don't mind, do you? I'll go make a coffee. It's going to take like 2 minutes. You just talk amongst yourselves. Give me 1 second. Do I want a coffee? No, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's just that every time I drink coffee after 3 p.m., I just don't sleep. I just don't sleep. But I'm going to do some Vedic astrology today. And I want to get a little bit more into, obviously, with the Vedic astrology, I want to get into just blanked out there for a second. Sorry. Let me just say hello to everyone. Keshni, Patty, Donna, Irene, Edna, Fab, Louise. I love our sessions on Talk. Purple D. I think I should just stick to my 2 bottles and have some coffee after. Go get coffee? Oh, I really do. But it's like, okay, I'm going to go. You just wait here then, guys. Give me 1 second. Thanks, guys, for waiting. I've got so much to tell you. I've got so much to talk about. I just want to make sure that everybody's in the room before I get into it. I want to go into eye colors and where your souls have come from. It's madness. Hi, Miss Lotus. I am on Superfan Live, right? Hey, Ray. Who made Anna invisible? I got so much to talk about, but I want to talk about other realms, okay? Hey, Yvette. I want to talk about other realms. I want to talk about, like, I'm a researcher, okay? So I read autobiographies. I'm a big fan of regression. I believe in fairies. I believe in everything that the TV puts out there that they say is fantasy. All of these fantasies have come from somewhere, because these things do exist in another time and another realm. So I want to talk about it, because I told you that me and my mum, we've seen fairies. I've seen tree men, like men made of trees in my own back garden. This is you piercing the veil of being able to see. Oh, my dress is cute. Thank you. My cousin gave it to me when I was in the Philippines. I was really fat. I couldn't really fit into it. And my tits were humongous. So, yeah, it's from the Philippines. My cousin gave it to me. I only like it because it kind of like, it's quite big here. And it held in my stomach. But I am losing it, which is great. But I got so much stuff that I want to talk to you about. But I want to do the Vedic astrology first, so I can get that out of the way, so you know what to expect for the month of July, because it is the things that I'm going to bring up again are all the things that I've already spoken to you about. However, I'm going to talk to you about, I'm going to bring in other pieces of information that I found out through my studies. So when I'm not doing a private client, when I'm not on TikTok or Instagram, when I'm not doing my readings, I do my meditation. And I will be doing what you guys said, because I said, my daughter was saying to me the other day, Mum, you know, you got a lot of followers, but your TikTok is really boring. And I'm like, how rude, but she's right. And she was like, you should add in like a day in the life of a tarot reader, which I think is a load of, for me, it's just like, but at least I don't do anything. I say to my daughter, I don't do anything. And she's like, no, Mum, just, there are people like waking up in the morning, showing themselves getting out of bed, showing themselves brushing their teeth. And then I'm like, who watches that? And she, what you do? And I'm like, I do. I watch people brush their teeth. Join me as I unwind. Join me, guys, as I unwind for the night or some shit like that after a busy day. And then they show you like, so I'm thinking to myself, I ain't that interesting, but I will do. Someone was also saying to me that you should show us your haul. I don't like any, if I buy anything. And I'm like, the only haul that I do is when I order something and they deliver it to my house. I don't really go out there, but it feels like I'm getting this body ready for the world, you know, and for the new job that I could potentially have. But so I've got all of these ideas, and it's so strange. Hey, Scarlett, good, thank you. And it's so strange because I was doing my birth chart reading for myself. I haven't actually looked at my birth chart reading for a while. I think after my mum passed away, I was just like, blah. It's like, whatever. I didn't care for a certain amount of time, because obviously I'm still grieving my mother. I don't feel like I'm grieving though, because I don't look at death like that. Never did. But it's different when your mum or your dad dies. Do you know what I mean? Or someone that you love that's close to you dies. It's different, but it's still the same for someone who has died. It's like it's different, but it's the same, but you know what they are. But, you know, you just have to go through all of these waves of emotions, and it's okay, because we are souls in this human body, and we're meant to feel everything in this life. That's what we're here for. We're meant to experience all these things. So I'm gonna, I don't know if I should wait for a few more people to come into the room, but I will just wait. Hey, Serenity Rose. Stuff that I need to talk to you about. Essential oils that you need to use. How it could help you on many levels. Heal. Open up certain parts of you that are locked in. It's just, there's a lot of things that I want to cover. And if you've got a lot of questions, just if you've got questions, keep them coming, because my energy's open. My guides are with me. My angels are around. I can sense them. I can see my parents over there. I can see my bestie over there as well. They're just sitting there. I don't know what they're eating, but they're eating something. So my energy's open. So if you have any questions at all, let me know. Hey, Ophelia. So I just want to wait for a few more people to come into the room, just so I don't have to go over it again. But how's everybody's doing? Nothing. I just got on. You haven't missed anything. I'm going to do Vedic astrology, and I want to talk about your eye color. The amount of information I found out through my books, meditation, we are just evolving, guys. We are, do they come as white shadows? It's like I can see them as, it's like, imagine you see a ghost and you can see through them, and I see them, there's a white aura, like a white aura field around their soul. So I see them like the white aura energy over them, but I see them, but I see through them. Been using castor oil for alignment. Do you use it? I have used castor oil. I love it. I love it. Do you remember oh, there are different oils, loads, but I want to specifically talk to you about rose oil. We are, as far as I'm concerned, there's only girls in here, right? Even if Fred comes in, even if Fred was to come in, this is like a need to know for his missus and his daughters. So there's women in here. Girls, you have no idea how powerful you are. Till my eyes go brown. I'm going to talk about eye color. I am brave. My heart will stop if you see one. I want to see my loved ones who are no longer here in the world. My soul, my heart, and my third eye is open to seeing them. I want to see my mother who's passed away. I want to see my father who's passed away. I want to see my best friend who left me in 2020. I want to see my B-boy 2022. I want to see these people. That's why I see them. I do not allow fear to block my sight. I'm dying to see my grandma too, but I'm not open to seeing them. I'll tell you, everybody wants to see their loved ones. I can tell you how, but you have to put it into practice. There's a muscle that you have to train. Like when you go to the gym and you have to work on your body, you're not going to just get slim by sitting there and eating the double sausage egg McMuffin meal like I did again this morning. And then went on the treadmill, I kid you not, for 40 minutes. My daughter was like, Mum, what did you have to eat today? And I was like, I haven't had anything to eat yet. And I'm thinking, do I want to cook? I can't be bothered to make a breakfast. It's too fucking long. And I was just like, all right, babes, I'm going to get another sausage and egg McMuffin meal. As soon as I got that, I was like, right, bitch, get on the treadmill. Get on the treadmill. Get on the treadmill now. So I'm on the treadmill. And I always, I always say that before 1 o'clock, I have to do 6,000 steps. I have done 6,628 steps. And I always want to do over 6,000 steps before 1 p.m. afternoon. It's okay. I ate a whole tub of ice cream last night. Oh, so did I. I had one of them ice lollies. After the ice lolly, I had a chocolate scoop of ice cream. And I know you lot are going to sound crazy. I don't know if any of you lot know what Coffee Mate is. But I put chocolate ice cream, which I'm not allowed to have because I get migraines, by the way. So I got a chocolate ice cream and I got Coffee Mate and I put sprinkled Coffee Mate all over the fucking ice cream. And as bad and probably as deadly that is, it was so good. It was so good. Oh my God. Because you know what? I'm like, I'm not going to put myself on these fucking diets because it doesn't really work for me. But I will eat like a cunt and I'm going to go on the treadmill like a cunt. So as soon as I ate that chocolate ice cream and as soon as I was like, okay, let's get on the treadmill. So I was on there for like half an hour, like 45 minutes. It's always like half an hour midday and then 45 minutes before I go to bed because I know I'm going to do something dumb like eat chocolate ice cream and put Coffee Mate on it. And I'm like, right, 40 minutes. And my daughter's looking at me and she's lying down and she's like, how is this woman on this treadmill all day long? She's like that. And then she's like, Mum, leave the treadmill out for me. And I was like, okay, babes. And then I go, how long was you in it? She's like, 17 minutes and 58 seconds. And I go, you couldn't have done a whole 20 minutes? Like, what is that? And she was like, no, it's too hot. And I'm like, what? I was like, how long was you on it, babes? She's going 17 minutes and like 47 seconds. And I'm like, 17 minutes? You couldn't have stayed on till like 20? She's you tried ice cream. Oh, so good. So good. I'm obsessed with coffee and ice cream. I need to do that. Ate by myself, pint of ice cream, not Coffee Mate. Oh, so good though. It's like they always sprinkle something on the ice cream. I was like, what can I sprinkle on? I open up my cupboard, I see Coffee Mate, and I'm like, I like Coffee Mate. I like the taste of it. It is my mate, so I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on my chocolate ice cream. It was so good. Oh my God. And then as I was doing it, my daughter comes along and she's going like that. She's like looking to see what I'm doing. She must be like, crazy bitch. I'm unique, what can I say? So, what do I want to start off with? I don't even know what to start off with. I know I'm going to do the Vedic astrology because I feel like it's essential, and I always want to say a big thank you to Kellee White because I couldn't do this without you. I want to talk about the rose line for the women. I would guarantee one way or another that we had some ancestral white witch energy back in the day. Healing energy, healers. It's always passed through the bloodline of the females anyway. I just made a Coffee Mate going lumpy. Oh, no, I don't. It's so good. And I love my Bosch coffee machine. It's so good. What are your thoughts on spell work? I love it. We're all witches at some point in our lifetime. But the amount of things that I've unlocked is... I want to scream it to the world. So I used to do spell work, but I would never do it for somebody else. I feel like when you do your own spell work, it's better that you do your own magic because it works. It's more potent. Somebody would say to me, can you do a spell for me for this? And I go, look, I don't mess around with other people's energy. It's always best. You are God in physical form because we're his children. You can do your own spell work. You don't need somebody else to there's no, listen, I want to, yes, the rose line. What's the rose line? First time hearing that, I think. I will talk about this. For any of you lot who's watched the Da Vinci Code, they actually talk about the rose line, Rosalind, the rose line. And it's a lineage of women. And I think it's embedded in anyone who comes into tarot, anyone who connects to my energy. We are connected, I believe, with my heart of hearts. In one of your past lives, you are connected to either a rose line female or you are a rose bloodline. Mary Magdalene, you are connected to the rose line energy. I think that everyone in my chat, all the girls in here, even if Fred was in here in one of his lifetimes when he was a woman, because you know Fred is one of my followers, he's one of my super fans. I believe that in another lifetime when he was a woman, he has that bloodline. Like a coven, yeah, but this rose line, this bloodline, this rose line bloodline, this magic bloodline, I think we all have it within, because we're all connected to each other. Duh. That's what I learned when I died. I was like, oh my God, I'm you and you and me, and I'm you and you and me, and I'm her, and you're me as well. We're all connected to each other, no matter whether we like each other or we don't. So we are all connected. So I believe that we're connected to the aliens. We're connected to the species. I got so much to tell you. I feel like I need to just get started now. Once I get the Vedic astrology out of the way, I want to talk to you about all of the findings, all the things that I have discovered. There are things that I already, like I'm a child in a candy store when I'm listening to stories about our ancestral, our DNA, what our past lives were. I'm just I'm like a child in a candy store when I am, hey Diana, when I am listening to all this stuff, because it resonates within my DNA. Now, us women out there, us women, and for those of you girls who are in this energy with me, we are a part of this beautiful lineage of women, which is the rose line lineage. It's in our DNA. It could have been 10 lifetimes ago, 100 lifetimes ago, but you are a part of this bloodline lineage, this rose line lineage. And I have no doubt in my soul that we're all a part of this line, because we're all connected at one time or another. So before I go on that, so today I'm going to talk about eye color, what planet you might have come from, DNA. Oh my God, it's too exciting. DNA, the awakening of the oh my God. All right, let's go into the Vedic astrology so I can get into all of the exciting information that I found. And I'm going to say this. I will tell you these things, but you have to also be an investigator. So if something doesn't resonate with you, what I say, go and investigate. I always say, don't just take what I say as front. Go like it is, like what I'm saying is Bible. You have to go out there yourself and do your own research, because in finding and doing your own research, you wake up a part of you which is dormant. You wake up the goddess inside of you that is dormant. So take what I'm saying, but investigate. Be like, okay, you know what? Anna is saying this. I don't know. I'm not sure about this, but I would like to do my own research. Do it. So I always say, you don't need to listen to me. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But whatever does resonate, do your own research. I did. As soon as I find out this information, I'm like, yeah, right. And then I go online, I'm typing, I go and find books, and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's real, it's true. Because when I always said to you guys, if I hear it from more than 3 different platforms, 3 up, it's real. And it has to resonate with my very core of who I am, the soul part of me. Surface level part of me wants to investigate because I'm skeptical about everything. That's why I always have to. I mean, I was so skeptical about this work, mediumship, spirits, angels and fairies and all this is a load of bullshit, until I saw it with my own eyes. And I was like, right, I need to get this shit out there. And then God did say, look, Some of your brothers and sisters are going to believe. Some of your brothers and sisters are not going to believe, but you don't worry about that. They might need to figure this out in the other life, in the next lifetime. Okay. So that's what I'm here to do. Vedic astrology. Okay. Big thank you to Kellee White. Love and appreciate you. I couldn't do this without you. So everything that I do in terms of astrology is always in the Vedic, not Western. I like Western, but the reason why I do Vedic astrology is because the placements, they talk about the placements of the planets, of where it exactly is, and the degree. I don't bother ever telling you that, oh, Mercury's in retrograde in Cancer at 909 degrees. I would never say that to you, because you'll be like, what do you mean by that? So I never talk about the degree. I always just talk about the energy we're in. And I'll tell you, like, if Mercury is in Cancer, which it is, and I don't need to tell you the degree, because it's just hard to understand if you're not an astrologer. So I don't talk about the degree. I talk about the energy of the degree and of that planet in that star sign. It just makes it more easier to understand. So Mercury went into retrograde already, okay? And this is going to be a doozy sort of an energy. It is a time for emphasizing on stillness, and it will allow you to return to past ideas that you didn't give birth to. So do you remember when I was saying to you the last time I was on, that when you got like that big ring around your stomach, that fupa energy here, you know, this, it's because it's unbirthed ideas. Like, say if you wanted to write a book in 2016 and it's stored up inside of you, it's unbirthed ideas. That's why you've got that big stomach, or you got that stomach because you like giving birth to joy, and you want some joy in your life and you haven't done it. It's just like unbirthed things that stopped you from doing it because life got in the way. So when this is why we have everything stored up in the solar plexus here in the stomach, in the sacral chakra. Me too. I was like, oh my God, I'm such a fat cow. And then my guides were like, Anna, it's not that. It's unbirthed ideas. And I was just like, whoa. Unbirthed creative ideas. You wanted to write a book, Anna, but you haven't done it. You bought a typewriter, a vintage typewriter all those years ago. You haven't even got it repaired, is what they were saying to me. You kept on talking about doing more painting. When's the last time that you painted? I'm going to have to say about 3 or 4 months ago. Like, you've got all of these visions in your head that you need to put on canvas so you can make it come to reality in this reality. And I'm just like, that, like, there was a player, there was a guy, yeah. There was this guy, and it was one of the spiritual shows that I was watching with my mum. And this guy was an artist, and he was an amazing artist. And he would have paintings of, because he was a bit of a player, he's a Casanova, and he would do paintings of all of his lovers. And what he would do is he would put all of these portraits, and he was an amazing artist. He would put these paintings of all of the lovers that he had ever had up on his wall in his big mansion in his house. And then one day this woman came to him. She was supposed to be a lover as far as he was concerned, but she was like, she came in his life to awaken him in some way. So when she said to this artist, who are all these women? Are they just models? And he was like, no, they were my lovers. And he's sitting there and he's cocky, and he's like looking at these paintings of all these naked, beautiful women that he put up on his wall from a canvas. I'm talking about proper artwork, realistic, like how my brother did the drawing, like a realistic, you know, like that kind of realistic painting. And as he was like talking about all of these women that he has made love to, and it's well over 300 women, And he would do small pictures, big portrait paintings, some on small canvases, and they were all over his house. It's like he was exposing his conquests. It was like he was doing that. So anyway, the woman was looking at him, and as he was looking around, he had this big, fat, cocky smile on his face, like this. And then as she was watching him, the smile turned into some sort of sadness. So she was going like this. He was going like this. And then his smile kind of like faded. Like he was just like... And then she went, "What's wrong?" And then he goes, "No, nothing. And she's like, "No, what's wrong? You did a face. And you look like you were so proud of all your conquests. And then all of a sudden you just looked really sad." And she was like, "Come on, talk to me. What's wrong?" And he goes, "I'm kind of over that though." And she goes, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I've slept with many women. I can get any woman I want." And he goes, "I know that sounds really cocky, but I'm over it. That's not what I want." And he even did a portrait of him and 3 women to tell everybody, "I shagged these 3 girls." And he put this massive canvas in the living room, and it's him in the middle, like naked. And then these 2 women here and another woman here. And he was exposing basically how lonely he was. So he's saying, "I'm over this. I just want someone. I want someone that I want to find somebody where I don't look at anybody else. I just only want her. I just want to find somebody. I want to find my soulmate." This is what he was saying to this woman. But I feel like this woman was like an angel in disguise. So she said to him, "Paint it." And he goes, "What?" And he goes, she said, "Paint it." And he goes, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Paint what you want on the canvas." And he goes, "Yeah, but I don't know what she looks like." And she said, "Yes, you do. You have an ideal out of all these hundreds of women that you slept with. You know what eyes she has, what her eyebrows, her nose, her lips, her chin, her ears, her hairline, her hair. You know what her body looks like. You know if she has scars on her body. Hey, Nicole, you know who she is." And he thought about that for a second, and he's an artist. So she was like, "Look, I'm going to go." And for the first time, he said, I actually didn't want to sleep with her. But he was somebody that likes conquests, and he had slept with hundreds and hundreds of women. So she leaves, and he sat there and he started looking at all the pictures of all these women that he had slept with all his life. The picture of this woman, of himself and the 3 women in his living room. And he was like, I'm gonna paint it. So I think it took him like 3 or 4 months when he finally finished a portrait. And he's sitting on a chair outside, and the beach is in the background. And then there is this woman's head who's smiling, and it was on his shoulders, and he was so happy, and he was wearing a white linen shirt, and she was wearing white, and she had this beautiful dark hair, and he painted all the strands of her hair because he was an amazing artist. And he put this portrait up on the wall. So he basically did what that woman told him to do. Paint what you want. So he painted this portrait of this woman. So every time he woke up and he went into this living room, he would see the portrait of this beautiful woman with the brown hair, and he was wearing a linen white shirt, and she was wearing a linen white dress, and they were sitting on the porch, and they were, but you can see the sea in the background when he painted it. And he was like, "She will come to me. I know she will." And it was about 6 months after painting this picture. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. So the woman comes back who told him to paint what he wants. And he was like, look, I painted it and nothing happened. And then she goes, why is the rest of the women still up? And he didn't think about that. So you put this picture of this woman that you want next to all of the other women that you have shagged in your past. Doesn't that taint the energy though? And he was like, I didn't think about that. So she leaves and he was like, right, let's take down all of these hundreds and thousands of women that I've put up portraits. Because the people that would go to his house would just think that he's an artist and he paints nudes. But what people didn't realize were those are his conquests. So he went room by room, taking down all of these pictures of these women that he had painted. And he just got rid of them. He put them in his loft, hidden away. And the only portrait that was left in his living room was that portrait of the woman that he wants to marry in his life. The woman that he's trying to manifest into his life. When he said, I'm oversleeping with all of these people, I just want one. That woman said, paint her. He did. He got rid of all of those paintings. And guess what? She came into his life. Brown hair, beautiful skin, same oval eyes, thick eyebrows, thin lips, small petite nose, you know, and he even just to see if his pictures and portraits would manifest from his soul into the physical world, done a little scar on her arm just to see if he could manifest what he wanted. And when he met this woman in real life, she had a little scar on her arm. It was like a little line that she got when she was a child. The art of writing, drawing, painting is a way of manifesting what you want into reality. Why do you think I paint all of my paintings and I put them up? Why do you think I do that? And everything I paint is landscape. These are places that I want to travel to one day. I've already traveled to half of the places that are already in my wall, but I've still got more things to do. So I'm putting that in your head so you can think about that. So going back to... So the reason why I told you this story was because when I was talking about the Vedic astrology, and I said to you, returning to past ideals, like giving birth to a book, maybe doing some artwork, because what artwork can do for you, it will be expansive during this time frame. Try and do everything after Mercury retrograde, but start thinking about how you want to activate the idea during Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is always a manic sort of energy. So Mercury retrograde is always saying to you to find stillness during this time frame. Pre-plan before you activate the idea after Mercury retrograde. All right, guys? So Mercury goes into retrograde. Like I said, it's a bit of a doozy. And this energy is to emphasize on stillness and allowing you to return to past ideas, unbirthed ideas. This energy also represents healing emotional wounds. It's to seek the internal light rather than rush forward. This is what Mercury retrograde always entails. Slow down. Why? Your devices are going to play up. Wi-Fi, your internet connection. Check your emails and check your texts before you send them 7 times before you send them. Think about what you're going to say before you communicate something, because verbal communication during this time frame, Mercury retrograde, is very topsy-turvy. You might be triggered and then you might shout at somebody you shouldn't be shouting at, and then you feel bad afterwards. It's like, think before you speak, right? This energy spanned itself from Gemini into Cancerian. I took today off work finally. This is what I'm saying. Do nothing. Go in nature. Nature is where you want to be. You want to see your angels and your fairies? Go into the garden. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So, this energy spanned from Gemini into Cancerian. Cancerian... this energy is called the star of renewal. So the energy that we're in right now with Mercury in retrograde in Cancerian energy, and Cancerian is the mothery energy, the home energy, the family energy. This is called the star of renewal. It, little cunt, sorry, hey little flies. This represents the return of light. It represents healing, and it represents second chances. It's going to help you bounce back. It's going to help you bounce back from adversity, and it has an energy of like a do-over. It's like a do-over energy theme. Because in Cancer is about home and the nurturing, and it's about launching projects, not doing this during this time frame, but like I said, after Mercury retrograde. But what do you want to start now, and start thinking about how you're going to make it happen? This is a good time for studying. It's what I'm doing. For reactivating new ideas. I want to go to work. I'm working out. I'll tell you, yesterday morning, it was like 6:55 in the morning. It was, I'm currently learning new language. Good. Learn something, because your soul is craving for you to wake up. And you're not going to do that by going to work and doing your 9-to-5 fucking job, and just by taking care of the kids and washing the clothes and washing dirty pants and doing the school run and, you know, fucking cleaning the house and picking up after everybody's shit. No. Do something for you, not for someone else. Do something in Mercury retrograde that belongs to you and you alone. Now, yesterday morning, before I finished with the Mercury retrograde, before I finished with Vedic astrology, something woke me up. I think it was like 5:55 a.m. My higher self knows Korean, so I'm learning Korean. I love that. It was 5:55 in the morning, and something jolted me out of my sleep. And it was the weirdest thing, because I feel like bright ideas always comes to me with shock energy, and I'm not surprised because we're in shock. We're in shock energy here. I think it's Uranus. Is it Uranus? It's about revelations, Uranus energy. So I wake up and I'm irritated, and I'm like, I need to make more money. I know I'm going to win a big amount. I know that I'm going to have a big sum of money, a windfall of abundance coming my way. Now, I'm not saying that I'm you know, I have nothing. I have everything in my life. I'm so lucky. I have everything that I need. My home, I got health. Got food in my fridge. Actually, it's a little bit empty in there. I need to go shopping, but that's not the point. But I've got food in my fridge. I have food that I can cook, you know, frozen food. That's why I bought McDonald's this morning, because I can't be asked to cook. I'm so humbled by what I have. I'm so grateful for what I have. But what did I say to you guys yesterday on the Tarot Superfan Live? We all got shit to do, and we need money to do it. We need money to help the masses. You have bigger plans in your life. So we need to say to our angels and our guides and our loved ones, look, I want my DNA to open up. But in order for me to get here, there and everywhere, or help that person and that person, you're going to have to give me the wonga, right? You're going to have to give me the cash. And we are all meant to be doing something bigger than what we're doing. And we need a financial windfall and abundance for it. Don't we, girls? So we will have it, but we have to open up the lines of communication between abundance and a windfall of abundance, our connection to us and our angels and our guides and our loved ones, because they're just ready and waiting for us to expel any uncertainty, worry about money. When is money? Don't ask when, because when implies that it's somewhere over there in the future. Don't talk about when. It's not when will I have my money, when will I have my bond. Don't talk and say when, because when tells the universe that your money is not coming in yet, because when is somewhere over there. When my money comes in. So it has to be now, because there's no tomorrows, there's no whens over there, and there's no past. It's only now. So when I woke up with a sense of irritation. I was frustrated, and it was finances. It was money. I don't want for nothing. I don't want for nothing. I don't. Of course, I'd love to go on a holiday, sure. I'd love to buy a house here, sure. But these are big ticket items. These are all going to come later on. I've already seen it happen. My mum showed it to me. My mum showed it to me when she was alive. She showed it to me when she passed away. But this is all in divine timing. I have to align to it. And I am aligned to certain events in my life. I think the thing that hinders me from being absolutely aligned to it, and this is me being very transparent, is I'm thinking about my big brother who's got cancer. I'm thinking about like I always put positive energy on my brother, but that human part of me, the surface level Anna, is like, I really hope that, you know, my brother is in the same mind frame as I am, even though he's got a different religion, different background, because he's stubborn as fuck. And then I think like about all of the other people around me who tells me about their issues and problems. And I think about you guys as well. And I always say to God, look, if you're going to bless me, you got to bless my brothers and sisters. You got to help us out. I always say that. So, and that's what will hinder me. If I'm good, I want everybody else to be good. But I'm still a work in progress, guys. I ain't perfect, guys. Still working on my shit. So that's why I still have the up and down energy, but I always reboot and remind myself very quickly, don't talk like that. Now, like I said, it's not that I don't want for nothing, because I have everything. I got my car, I got my food, I got my fridge, I got everything I need. My house is amazing. It's beautiful. I love my room. It's exactly the way I want it, the layout I want it. It's amazing. And I would say 9 out of 10 times, once I reboot my energy and come back to the highest frequency, I get everything that I need in 5 minutes. Like, how am I going to get that money when I got the fine? And then I heard my higher self, my angels and guides go, you're going to get the money, shut up. And I was like, oh, okay. Do you remember that time when my car got taken and it got taken to the pound? And then when I went to the pound, they were like, it's going to cost you £260 to get your car out of the pound. And I'm thinking, that's literally all I have in my account. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? This was a couple of years back. My mum was alive at that time. And then I remember I went there and I did a reading for this woman. And I didn't realize that they got my car taken to the pound because I had to give a message to this woman. And as I was talking to this woman, and her colleagues were looking at me like I was a psycho, I was like, do you have a mum that you lost? And then she was looking at me, she's going, yeah. And she was like, are you looking for her jewellery? You're going to get the jewellery back. And then she was like, and then her colleagues were like, cuckoo. Anyway, she gave me back the keys to my car and she was like, I'll take you to your car. And she took me to my car because I had to tell her, are you waiting for your mum's jewellery? And she was like, yeah, my ex-husband has it. I said, you're going to get it back. She was like, oh my God, how did you know about my mum's jewellery? And then I would say something to her. And I've got no tarot cards, by the way. This is all loved ones coming through me without, you know, I use tarot. I don't need tarot, but I love it because it just helps me go into the energy tenfold. So I go, are you going to the gym? Because you're supposed to be working out. She goes, yeah, I've just started going to the gym. Yeah. I go, you're going on holiday soon, isn't it? She's like, yes, I am. I am. And then she was like blown away by information that I should not know because I don't know her. So I understood that the reason why my car got towed and taken away, I just got to learn. I just got to learn that I just got to learn to trust that everything happens for a reason, even at the time. Even at the time, I'm really angry because I'm going outside. I'm like, where the fuck is my car? Someone stole my car. Somebody help me. And then my neighbor was like, no, your car didn't get stolen. Because we had the tree surgeons today and they put the sign all up in the road. You didn't move your car, so your car got taken to the pound. And I'm like, fuck. And then he's like, do you want me to take you there? Godsend. Are you sure? I'll give you money for petrol. Don't be silly. And I'm like, okay, I get there, £260, give this woman a message. 2 days later, HMRC, the government here, says, Anna, we're giving you some tax back and we owe you £300. And it's exactly covers the £260 that took my money. So my money didn't even get taken to the pound. I paid £260 to get my car out of the pound, but then the universe gave me more because they gave me £300 back from the government. I got to just learn to trust that everything happens for a reason. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't need to rush life. I don't need to stress out about life. I don't need to worry about what's next. Everything is just going to come to me the way it's supposed to. Even when you think something is negative or bad, there is a purpose for it. Yeah. Like when I got fined the other day, when I told you about that fine guy that I saw and I was angry. And then when I took a moment and took a beat back, I was like, I'd sleep with you. My fine, I was like, how much am I going to have to pay for this fucking ticket? And he goes, if you pay it within 14 days, you're going to have to pay £80. And I'm like, for fuck's sake. I'm like, where am I going to get £80? I need to go on live. I need to do this because all my money's counted for. And what happens? They gave me some government money and they gave me an extra £89. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the money that's going to cover my fine. And then 3 days later, after I got paid the government money, 3 days later, I log onto it to pay my penalty fee. And it wasn't even 80 quid. It was £55. It was even cheaper than 80. I was like, oh my God, thank you, God. I will never moan again. Thank you. I understand that everything happens for a reason. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a reason for everything. And I have to keep rebooting because as spiritual as I am, I'm still Anna. I'm still an asshole. I still think like, like my neighbours are shouting and screaming. I'm like, shut up. And I'm like, Zen. It's okay, Anna. Even though I can hear the mum going, you idiot! To her little 4-year-old upstairs. She's saying to her little girl, you stupid idiot! Shut up! And I'm hearing this girl saying that, and all I'm thinking is, oh my God, somebody needs to slap that cow. But I can't think like that. I just have to just block it out. I know, it's terrible. It's so bad. Like, this child just came from heaven. Shut up. Children are supposed to whine and moan, bitch. Allow it to happen. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, no, you shut up. But it's like, this is just testing me. This is testing my energies, testing my patience. And every time I hear them people upstairs screaming at their little, I just think love, 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 energy, send them love, 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 love. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. So, everything happens for a reason. There is no mistakes here. Even when you think it is bad, I always have to say to myself, Anna, whatever worst scrape you think you're in, do you remember that time when you were in hell? Do you remember that time when you were being beaten the shit out of? Look where you are now, though. We're good. You always get out of it. No matter what the situation was. Money problems, sleeping on the street, not being able to buy food. You might have health issues. You always came out of it. God always had your back. Divine, the angels, guides, loved ones, they got you this far. You didn't die. You didn't get an illness. You didn't hurt anybody. Nobody hurt you. You got out of it. You're okay. People always seem to think that when they're out of their crap, they still live in that energy of the past. You're not with it anymore. It's done. You are here now with me. Whatever happened to you 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 25 years ago is not here now. It's only here in thought because you think about it and you bring the energy forth to the now and then to the tomorrow. Don't do that unless it's a good energy. So, when I was saying with the Vedic astrology, launching new projects, don't do this until after Mercury retrograde. It's making things happen. And again, this is good time for studying, learning, educating yourself, doing something brand new, introducing things. No, but I will start investing. I will look into that. But I do want to talk about codes though. I'm going to talk about DNA codes within all of us. I will talk about codes though. So, like studying and like bringing back things that you wanted to give birth to in the past, like healing old wounds, looking at your life to some degree and where it is, trying to look through your situation through the eyes of light, being good and being kind, not only to others, but mostly importantly to yourself. This also has to do a lot with family and harmonizing in the family environment. And this energy is going to be with us until the 24th of July, this Mercury retrograde in Cancerian energy. So 24th of July, Mercury retrograde is going to go back direct. But the energy of Mercury retrograde after the 24th of July is still going to be 2 weeks influence, because it takes 2 weeks to subside. So 2 weeks before Mercury goes into retrograde, the energy is already, you can feel it. It's starting to build up until the day of Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde exits and then now goes direct, which means the energy is still there for the next 2 weeks, but it's subsiding. So as it gets into the second week and the last day of the second week, it's going to start to dissipate and then finally disappear, the energy of Mercury retrograde. So there's always like a 2 week energy before and a 2 week energy after when a planet is in retrograde. Retrograde always represents slowing down. So if you're thinking about signing a contract and you don't have a choice, I get that you have to do it, but if you have a choice to not sign a contract until after the 24th, then I highly recommend that you do it after the 24th. Delays, problematic energy when signing a contract, the new job, new house, new car, new home, something like this. But I would wait if you could. This is not a time to sign off on something big or something large, like buying a house or renting an office, or it just try to hold off on it if you can. Because those people were born in the retrograde energy. They're used to it. This doesn't go for everybody, but ultimately it does affect people. People who were born under a Mercury retrograde usually thrives under this energy. I was not born under a Mercury retrograde, okay? And by the way, even though some people are successful in Mercury retrograde, their devices still fuck up. Their documents still don't get to their bosses on time. Their boss is going, where's the document? I sent it like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, well, I didn't receive it. Okay, well, look at it. Oh, look, it's in the unsent box. It's in the draft box. I swear I sent it. Yeah, but you didn't, because Mercury retrograde makes it crazy. Yeah, my coffee's done. Done and gone. So it will affect you the same way, whether you were, because and also you have to understand, the people that were born under Mercury retrograde, those are not the only ones that thrive in Mercury retrograde. The people that thrive in Mercury retrograde, whether you were born in the retrograde, are the people that are high vibrating souls. And they understand that Mercury retrograde is to teach you something. Patience, pack your patience. Yes, there'll be delays, but what are you learning from it? You're learning patience. If you're traveling and there's a delay with flight, hi Ellie, and then there was a delay with flight, hi Mo. And then all of a sudden it's like you don't understand why. But these are the people that thrive in Mercury retrograde. These are the people that thrive if you are born under Mercury retrograde. But the people that really thrive in Mercury retrograde, even if you wasn't born under a Mercury retrograde, are those high-vibing souls that understand that the Mercury retrograde is here to slow us down from our reality, to take a step back, to not overanalyze or overthink certain things. That's what Mercury retrograde is meant to teach every human being on earth. So This is the time, again, like I said, to look through the eyes of light, to be good to yourself, to be good to the others. This energy in Cancer is about family and harmonizing. And this is, again, going to be with us until the 24th of July. So, again, if you're thinking about signing important contracts, if you're thinking about buying a property or buying like an office or renting an office, just wait. If you can hold out, then it will be better if you could. Double check your emails, double check your texts, double check what you're writing, spell check everything. Think before you speak, because Mercury retrograde is you'll be a trigger for a lot of people. People will be a trigger for you during this time frame. So just think before you speak. I also want to say with this energy, people from the past could come back. I know, sucks. Unless it's someone good. People that you haven't seen in years could potentially come back with this Mercury retrograde, because it's about family, friends, harmony, and people. So, because this energy has a lot to do with relationships and family, people from the past could come back. I'm not saying for everybody. I'm just saying that there is a possibility that somebody could come back. So think about that. If there is somebody that you haven't seen for a while and they've come back into your energy and those people weren't good for you, you don't have to have them in your space. You can close the door and lock the door and leave them out. Let them go. They don't have to come into your space. But there is a possibility for some of us that some people from the past will return. An old friend that you haven't seen in 25 years. You might end up seeing a old boyfriend or an old girlfriend or whatever. Somebody from the past. You never know. So you'd have been in the energy of it. Yes. Because Mercury retrograde is always influencing the energy 2 weeks before it actually goes into retrograde. And then it still influences the energy 2 weeks after it goes direct. So it counts. Everything counts. Everything counts. Everything is for a reason. Everything counts. Everything counts. So, but remember, born or not born under Mercury retrograde, this energy is to teach you stillness, to slow down. And Gemini governs electronics, the internet, gadgets, Wi-Fi. That's why there's always a breakdown in downloading, uploading, sending texts, messages. That's why I say during Mercury retrograde, double check. Just check everything, guys, before you start sending messages. Okay, 4th of July is already passed. That was yesterday. We are on the 5th, right? Yeah. So yesterday, I'm going to still talk about it because it was only yesterday. So 4th of July was a very powerhouse energy. It was powerful energy. Our microwave went out yesterday. Nicole, hello, Mercury retrograde. That sounds about right. Kellee White was saying that she was straightening her hair and then poof, it just exploded. And then she realized that when she was straightening, half of her hair came out because it was super duper hot, and she was like straightening her hair, and then all of a sudden it's like half of her hair fell out in the bloody straight. That is Mercury retrograde all over. Hi Rashan. It's so bad. Luckily nothing happened to me. Did anything happen to me? No, that's not true. My phone was playing up. So I was trying to download my card of the day yesterday and today, and I was trying to download it on WhatsApp because I like to download my card of the day on all platforms to help somebody. Energy of today, yeah. And then as I was downloading it, I clicked on it to go back to see if it uploaded, and I couldn't hear the music, and I was like, "The fuck's going on?" So I just pulled the screen up, closed my WhatsApp, opened it up again, and I couldn't hear the music. So I had to turn off my phone, completely turn off my phone, reboot it, turn it back on, and then I could hear it. And this happened yesterday and today. Mercury retrograde. But it sounded like it wanted to pop. My neighbour's house a few doors down went up in flames. Yep. This is Mercury retrograde. Yes. 100%. So 4th of July was a powerful day. Now in the USA, 4th of July, USA turned 250 years old, apparently. That's why they marked it as a powerhouse day, because Mars conjuncts Uranus. And Mars is, when two planets conjunct, it means that they're close to each other and the energy magnifies. Oh, your phone today too. That's what I'm saying. This is what happens in Mercury retrograde. Your devices are going to play up. Something is always going to mess up. So anyway, apparently on the 4th of July, which was yesterday, the USA turned 250 years old. That's why they named that as the powerhouse. That's the powerful energy, powerful day, powerhouse day. Because again, like I said, Mars, the planet of war and passion and energy. Mars is always like fire, action, energy orientated. That is the energy of Mars, right? And then Mars and Uranus, they were conjuncting each other. And when you got Uranus is the planet of like rebellion and revelation, but the energy is aggressive because Mars is a war planet. It's about ambition, and it represents sudden erratic changes when these two planets are together, unpredictable changes. And also Uranus rules airplanes. See, look, it's too hot. Many of the celebrations were cancelled. So Uranus, okay, represents airplanes as well. And it is in Taurus. And I want to talk about the degree just for this bit. So Uranus rules airplanes, and it's in Taurus at 9 degrees. And this represents a transformation from a stable energy, and then it gets concentrated. Mars is in detriment, which means it feels very restricted in Taurus, because Mars is trapped in that earthy energy, because Taurus is an earth sign, and it could be frustrated and it will get angry. And then Uranus is sudden revelation and chaos, like shock energy, and sudden unexpected events and it would involve airplanes, technology, travel. So you have to pack your patience during this time frame. So in Mercury retrograde, with this energy going on, with the planetary alignments, pack your patience some more. On the 7th of July, so that's in 2 days, Neptune is the planet of ideals, intuition. It's like the dreamy planet, right? So Neptune, the planet, also goes into retrograde until the 12th of December. 7th of July, Neptune, the dreamy planet, goes into retrograde until the 12th of December. July, August, September, October, November, December. 5 months in this energy. it feels very intensified, and it's going to bring us, things like to look at boundaries. It's a boundary sort of theme with this energy. It's a spiritual theme and a boundary theme. And people may like re-encounter things that you've wanted to do, or you want to set a new path, or looking at your ancestral chart, which is what I've been doing. It's so weird when I was doing that, like looking at your ancestral, where you come from, your bloodline, like all of this stuff. When my bestie was here the other day, we were talking about our bloodline, and she was talking about, I don't know how we got into the conversation, but she was like, people will never think that you're Filipino. And I go, no. On my live, people, on my platforms, people don't think that I have Filipino blood. So I did an ancestral DNA check, and it wasn't for you guys. I had done this before I had even gone on this. Before I had even gone on this or talked about it. And then I showed it to her, and it said, and it shows like the Filipino was, so it's a circle. Half of the circle, it says 49% Filipino from the Philippines, Luzon, and then the rest was all these multicolored places. This is from my father's side. So I was like Welsh, Scottish, I have Jewish, don't know how that happened. I got Jewish, I got all of this stuff inside my bloodline. I have Nigerian blood. I have Sri Lankan blood, Italian blood, Portuguese blood. This is all from my father's side. And I can't wait to talk about eye color, because I'm going to get into that. But this was all from my father's side. So my full blood, and I am Filipino. Like, my mum raised me. I was raised as a Filipino. I know how to cook Filipino food. But I look Brazilian. I look like I am not a Filipino. Because Filipinos are usually small-chested. I ain't tall, but very short. Black hair, dark eyes. And my eyes are not actually, I know I got a filter on, but my eyes are actually really, really brown. They're quite light, especially in the sun. So I have like, I don't know if it's between light and dark brown eyes, but it's like in between both. So that's why I wanted to go into eye color. So, what was I saying? So you're going to look into your ancestral line. Yes, because Spanish colonized Philippines. That's why my mum's surname was Ramos. Um, 12th of December. Okay, all right. So people will look at their ancestral DNA. I got into the ancestral DNA because I was talking about what the mix of my blood is. So these are the roads that you're going to go down. Learning, education, learning about your ancestral line, looking at your DNA, all of this stuff. And this is about looking at family history. These are things that you might want to look at as well. And it's also going to bring up a lot of artistic energy. For those of you who are artists like myself, this energy is going to like ask you to delve into the artistic energy again. If you can, it will be good for you. Mum's Irish, but yeah, I've got so much. Like, I love my grandmother, God rest her soul, but we always like, where did our granddad come from? I mean, 1 minute it was like Portuguese, the next minute it was Italian, the next minute it was Greek. Well, I have no idea where my granddad's from. I feel like my grandma lived such a mysterious like life from when she was in Brazil, and then she made her way all the way to the UK. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just like me and my cousin would interrogate her, and you can't piss off my grandma because, you know, that woman's a fucking ox. And she will take you out. That woman is literally built like like the Taurus, like the bull. So I would look at my cousin, I'd be like, shut up, she's going to smash your head in with her horns if you carry on with it, because my grandmother was a bull. It's the only way. And a lot of people say that I look like my grandmother. That's why I don't look like Filipino. I look more like my grandmother. And I do feel quite oxy, I'm not going to lie, you know, like a bull. I'm quite, you know, headstrong. Artistic energy is going to come out of you. On the shadow side of things, though, because there's always the light and then there's always the dark, the shadow parts of ourselves. When Neptune is in retrograde, okay, and this is going to happen on the 7th of July till the 12th of December, it can bring old patterns that you might have before. So old patterns, old ways of thinking, self-deception, and they could resurface during this time frame. Addictions, like if you were addicted to something and then you got rid of the addiction, it might resurface during this time frame, because like addictive tendencies or you know, if somebody's immersed or obsessed, is enmeshed with somebody or a person, that's not a healthy energy. So I feel if there is somebody who has an obsession over somebody, this is not a good thing to be in during this time frame, 7th of July to the 12th of December. It's not a good idea to be obsessed with someone who's not in your energy, because it will it creates an addictive sort of pattern. It creates it brings like again old patterns, and we don't want to do that. It's not an ideal time to try to stop a bad habit as well. Bad habits, slowly you need to coax it out of your energy. I don't care what time frame it is. I don't care if it's Mercury in retrograde. If it's something that's bad, that is detriment to your soul and to your physical health, I say coax it out of you. Slowly but surely. Yeah, slowly but surely. Obsessing over somebody, unhealthy during this time frame. Neptune deals with also deals with deception and cults. CULTS. So you might see that arise at some point. So you might hear about this during this time period. On the 14th of July, there is a new moon in Gemini. And Gemini is in Gemini. Gemini is like technology, and Gemini is overthinking. I'm Gemini. I'm a Gemini rising. So this energy is in Gemini, ruled by Jupiter. And again, Jupiter is expansion and prosperity, and is represented by the symbol of a quivering of arrows. That's what this time frame is called. Hey, Lady T. So this energy is represented on the 14th of July, the new moon. There's an energy attached to this new moon, and the symbol is the quivering of arrows. It's basically the star of renewal, and it is a time for restructuring, replenishing, regaining goodness in life, setting intentions. It's important what you want to restart and rebuild. This is a good time to meditate, and this is a good time to regroup. On July the 16th to the 16th of August, the sun is going to enter into Cancerian. Sun is ego. Sun is the soul. The sun is like the conscious mind. And the sun is authority, because it's divine masculine. And when this enters a watery sign of Cancer, Cancer is a water sign, the fire nature of the sun gets softened. So the theme during this time is emotional security, family bonding and harmony during this time frame. So these are the dates, right? 100%. Hypnosis, yes. Yes, that's form of meditation. I do it all the time. On the 22nd of July, there's a lot of stuff going on here on the 22nd of July. So listen well, guys. Pluto is the planet of death and transformation, regeneration and transformation. Okay, this is what Pluto represents. So we got Pluto. Neptune, the dreamy planet. Neptune is the planet of ideals and intuition. And then we've got Uranus. And then Uranus is about rebellion and revelation. So shock and surprises. And then we got Jupiter, which is the spiritual guru, expansion and prosperity, all come together in a rare conjunction. Okay, and it's a highly unusual conjunction. It means a shift and a change in consciousness of the planet. Because remember, Mother Earth is a soul. Mother Earth has a spirit. Mother Earth is alive with everything. Human beings, animals, trees, the wind, the water, the fire, the everything. All the elements. So Mother Earth alone has a soul. And Mother Earth provides for us everything that we need. But we like to destroy her and cut down her trees and destroy her seas and all the land and the air, pollution and the smoke. So we destroy the planet that we live on because we're a bunch of assholes. So this is why this is a time to replenish the energy. When all of these planets are coming together and they're in conjunction, it is like a mass awakening, a transformation of the consciousness, right? A shift of consciousness in the planet. And it's a lot to do with Earth. And Pluto is in Capricorn. Pluto, the death planet. I have Pluto in my Kalani, have you finished on my computer? Give it to me, girl. Thank you, baby. You done? Thanks, honey. It's I was crying that the animals' homes were destroyed last night with all their babies. So give me 1 second. I do astrology, right? So I have to have the Vedic wheel. You know the wheel. So when you put your like sun, moon and rising sign and your birthday, it gives you that wheel, that circle, and it tells you basically your like where the planets were when you were born. I'm going to show you mine really quickly. Here it is. And it's crazy, right? So I'm talking about Pluto in Capricorn. I literally have the planet Pluto, yeah, in my Libra energy. Pluto is about death and transformation, and it's in my Libra energy, in the Libra, and my mum passes away, and my mum's Libra. It's just really weird how the energy connects. So when you know your sun, moon, and rising sign, the time of your birth, so Pluto is there, and it's in the Libra energy. And I was like, whoa, that's weird, because it's like, as long as you know your date of birth, where you were born, what time you were born, then all of this stuff will come up. And you can go to www.astro.com. That's the name of my guardian angel. So I'm going to talk about all of those planets and what star signs they're in. So let me just say it again for those of you in the back. On the 22nd of July, Pluto, the planet of death and renewal, transformation. Neptune, the dreamy planet. Neptune is ideals and intuition. Uranus, the planet of shock and surprise, revelation. Jupiter, the spiritual guru, okay? And Jupiter is also expansion and prosperity. All come together in a rare conjunction, highly unusual, and it means a shift and a change in consciousness for the planet and to do with Mother Earth. Now, Pluto is going to be in Capricorn. Neptune is going to be in Pisces. So Neptune, ideals and intuition. Pisces is the dreamy world, so they're quite comfortable with each other. Uranus is going to be in Taurus, and Uranus is the planet of rebellion and revelation. And then Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and prosperity, is in the Cancerian energy. That transformation, that is serious transformation for the consciousness of the world, okay? When they're all together, they generate a collective harmony frequency, massive social reorganization, technology breakthrough, and a shift in global perspective. The last time we had this sort of conjunction, I mean, we can go back to 1966, 1993 to 1999. It was like the last one that we had, 1993 to 1999, there was an internet explosion. It's like really crazy. There was an internet explosion during that time. It's just big ticket items, just big things that happened during that time frame. And we're in it on the 22nd of July. So if the energy is starting to feel a bit funky and you're starting to see things like that you've never seen before, I'm telling you now, guys, we are waking up on a seriously, like on a mass level. Somebody asked me, do you know, Anna, when you said somebody's going to be left behind? So if my brother or my daughter or my son or my husband, my wife, isn't on the same spiritual frequency as I am, are they going to be left behind? It's not like you're going to be abducted by the aliens and you're going to be saved and then your loved ones is going to be here in a dirty, destroyed world. It's your belief system. It's your perception. Like when you are highly evolved, you're going to end up seeing two suns. And it's because you're so highly evolved, you're going to be able to see all the different dimensions. Now, do you remember ages ago, I told you I did a Vedic astrology and I talked about a comet with a tail. And if the comet's tail hits the sun, it will remove the veil that has been put over us. And we will start to see the dead, other dimensions. And there's going to be a whole bunch of people out there, the aliens that are actually us, in another time, in another suit. It's going to be like things are going to be revealed. Things that are right there. It's like we got the earth energy and then we have that spiritual energy, which is just a little bit above us. The veil is just a little bit higher, but we can't see it because we're stuck in the mundane. But when we tune into the spiritual part of ourselves, the veil will be revealed to us. And there's a lot of my clients that are like, Anna, I could see the other moon. I could see two moons. I could see two suns. We'll talk about it when we get to August. And 8th of August is a very, very spiritual time. We are going to see changes in the world. We have to be spirits again. And I don't mean we have to die. I mean that we have to be the soul. The soul part of us has to come through. Because if the soul part of us comes through, we can speak to our loved ones who have crossed over. We can communicate with our angels and our guides and our fairies and our loved ones. We can communicate with earth, with the earth deities and all of that stuff. I mean, the shit that I'm about to talk about is mind-blowing. Because now we're on the next segment. Because I've done the Vedic astrology, but now we're going to another segment. So before I go into the other segment, I want to talk about this. And I feel like I want to talk about this. It's really silly. Okay. Just really quickly, I'm going to give you some... did you know that when you boil cloves and cinnamon, it gets rid of the bacteria? So what you do is you boil cinnamon and cloves until it's bubbly, and then you drain all of it, let it cool down, and then use it as mouthwash. It will get rid of bacteria. If you have bad breath, it gets rid of all of that stuff. It's so amazing. Did you know that rose essential oil, which I found it so strong when I first used it? I love roses. I love the smell of roses. But the rose essential oil, and I wanted to talk about the rose line earlier. If you want better sleep, what do I do with this at night? I put it on my pajamas. I put it on my pajamas. And it's so potent. And I do sleep deeper. I also rub it on my skin. And I also put it underneath my feet. It just grounds my energy on some level. It's just very healing. Amazon. Essential oil. Pure and natural. But the guides and the angels, lavender and lemon, but amazing. All of them. But they specifically talked about the rose bloodline. Now, the 22 people in here are all from the rose line. You're all from the rose line bloodline. One point in one of your lives. We are all, because we're all connected to each other. And we're all a part of that feminine rose line, the bloodline. They talked about it in Da Vinci Code with Tom Hanks. When you have the rose bloodline, and we all have it somewhere in our DNA. If from a part, maybe you were alive 100 years ago when you were connected to the rose line bloodline. But did you know that the rose line bloodline is connected to Mary Magdalene? You're capable of healing, girls. Women, you have no idea how powerful you are. You just have no idea. You give birth to life, girls. You were natural. Do you know that our ancestral DNA codes are locked into our bodies, in our DNA? Did you know that? Did you know that your ancestral DNA codes are dormant and asleep? Some people's DNA starts to wake up when they smell a smell, when they visit a certain country. It's like, if you have an affiliation or obsession with Egypt, and your body is saying you need to go to Egypt, you need to go to the White Plains, you need to go to Wye Valleys in Wales. If you've got an addiction to Wales, you might have in a past life had a dragon as a pet, because all of these things are real. They all exist in another frequency. And the only reason why they don't show themselves anymore, because could you imagine if us humans found a dragon? We would cut that dragon open and we would rip it open apart and would find and look at its organs. We would murder, kill it and destroy it. So they had to put the veil over the angels, the little people, the little gnomes, the fairies, all of those creatures. They had to put the veil because we are destroyers of ourselves. I mean, we kill each other. That's what happened to me when I went to Italy. There are some people that have never been to a certain country, but they know that when they go on this street and they turn left, there's going to be a rose bush next to a cafe. And it's because in another lifetime you were there. Do you know that there are people, I wouldn't be surprised if my girls on here could do it, but you don't realize that you do it because you have to unlock the DNA that is dormant within you. Do you know if I go somewhere, have you ever heard of psychometry? I've been painting a lot of rose bush lately. Are you joking? I like rose perfume and my mum likes that fragrance too. Are you joking? All of my sisters in here, you're a part of that rose bloodline. Does anyone know what psychometry is? Anyone in the room? Oh, planting. Okay. Same thing, man. And it was so weird because I put roses up there. Psychometry is a superpower. Okay? Psychometry is when, if I was to go and visit a historical site and I touch the stone, I will start to see imprints of the past from that stone. I would be able to touch, if somebody was to give me a ring, and I put it in my palm, John comes into my head. There's a beach and there's a house. Oh my God, I own a beach. I own a house. John is the name of my father. These are dormant superpowers that you have. It's not only me, you have it too. You got the Roseline blood. You all have it too. You're not on my platform for no reason. You have this energy that you need to wake up. It could be the smell. It could be the place that, if there's a place that's calling to you. I'm going to get into it. We'll really get into this in this talk here. But women have it in our DNA, but we're sleepwalking through life. We're sleepwalking in life. Mothers, female, women, divine feminine, has the capability of healing children, your own children. If you can channel the light through your hands, you're able to heal your child. It would be even better, my mum's no longer here. If I had my mother through her hand, my hand, lay it on my daughter, we would be able to heal. If your mum is still alive, I'm not saying that you can't do it on your own, but if you got your mum still around and there's somebody in the family that's not well, you place your mother's hand on top of yours and then you put it on that child. I'm telling you, it's bloodline, feminine to the feminine energy. It is, we are the divine feminine that can cool down the divine masculine energy that's taken over the world, which is actually Gaia, Mother Earth. The earth is female. The earth is a woman. The earth is female energy. That's why they say Father, Sky, God is above, and then earth, female energy, Mother Earth. Mother is here, and then Father, Sky. That's why they say Father, Sky, and then Mother Earth. But they are a couple. They are in unison. I'm not saying they're lovers and they're married, and it's just they're together. And that's why you got the moon. Yeah, the moon is divine feminine. The sun is divine masculine. When there is an eclipse, it's a powerful energy. So we have the capability of healing our children because we have the ancient ways inside of us. And we have to channel this untapped power that we have inside of us. But it's the mundane. It's the mundane. And child is the moon. I've always seen, look, Mother Earth is the earth energy. The moon is divine feminine. The sun is divine masculine. Sky is God, creator of all things, creator of all of this stuff. Suddenly I'm smelling roses, Anna. Did you say your mother loves roses? Your mum's right there. Hello. Signs and symbols all over the place. So these are untapped energies that are dormant within us. And we need to wake up, girls. We got to get rid of our worries, our sadness, our fears, and we need to start having fun in life, and we need to stop allowing everybody else to project their shit onto us, which takes us away from who we truly are inside this body. The whole purpose for being here in the physical world is to wake up to who you are. Bring the soul part of you out and get rid of the ego part of yourself. Your ego will still be here, because if there's danger, you need to be in the ego energy to run, to get out of there. But you don't even have to, that doesn't need to be in your timeline. We are safe. We are always safe. If anyone goes out by death because of a murder, it was a part of their soul contract. It was a part of what they wanted to learn. It was a part of their karma. So the line of healing is always passed from the mother to the daughter, and it's always with the mother and the daughter. So placing your hand on the child is very healing. Now we're awakening in this energy, because 2026 is the awakening ascension for all of us. It doesn't matter how big or small it comes in, but it will start to creep into your energy. Dreams, visions, seeing shadows, feeling like you're not alone in the room. Your hair is standing up on the back of your neck. I don't care how you experience a weird frequency. It's you waking up. It's your DNA waking up because it's been sleeping for too long. So now we are awakening to this dormant power of the divine feminine. It is being activated. The dormant DNA is being activated in 2026. When the energy is stagnant and is blocked, the flow of energy will get stuck and you get sick. Illness, develop an ailment. You're not enjoying your life. You're too angry. You're too sad. You're too fucking miserable. I'm done being fucking miserable. I'm done with bullshit like this. I'm so done. I'm ready. When you let go of the blocked energy, you allow the energy to flow, and then sickness will dissipate, will go. It will leave you. When you release, you open up that energy flow to that divine part of yourself. And when you look into somebody's eyes or energy, you can see the imprint of their soul. You heal people. This is why they say the eyes is the gateway to the soul. So women, you're more powerful than you think you are, girls. You're very powerful. Just don't think you realize how powerful you are. So I'm here to give you the message. You have to meditate. You don't have to sit there in the lotus position. Go for a walk in a beautiful park. Shut up and just listen. Listen to the wind. Listen to the tree talk to you. Listen to the grass when the wind blows in the grass. Listen to the bee that buzzes. Did I tell you the other day, I missed my song? I always say, Jesus loves me. Yes, he does. And I sing that throughout the day. There was one day I forgot to sing it, and a bumblebee associated to Jesus, flew into my house from a little crack in the window. This bumblebee is the size of this heart. It's huge. And it flew around me as if to say, hello, you didn't sing your song. And then it went right back out of my window. And I was like, Jesus loves me. Yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Yes, he does. It was like a friendly reminder. Don't forget me, Anna. And I was like, I had to sing that song because it was like, I don't want that bee to come back in and sting me. So I was like singing that song. So you're a channel for divine power and healing, girls. I'm not going to say it again. You need to start opening up your DNA, right? You're stagnant. We don't want to be sick anymore. You got to release your worries, your pains of somebody else and all the sorrows. Remember, if there's somebody in your family who's ill and there's like death creeping at its doors, they're just going home. It's just a channel shift. It's like a light switch. I always see the souls on the other side. We're like stressed out and worry about them, but they're more worried about us because we're still here in the physical plane. They're all right. Wherever they are on the other side, across the veil, they're right there with us. Death is just a light switch, because death is the birth. Where the hell do you think the soul came from when the soul enters into the mum and then she's pregnant? The soul comes from heaven, enters into the soul of the child in the stomach. The child is born into the physical world. We have our experiences. Our soul goes back to where it comes from. It's a redo and a recycle. It's the infinite symbol. It's the redo of life. It's not death. Stop looking at death like it's a final. It isn't fucking final. Do you know how many times you've died? Hundreds of times. And every time somebody leaves the body, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is so familiar. It's so easy. And the one thing that I've learned with my near-death experience and other people who died is that death is blissful. That's why I like warm welcome. Warm welcome out of this physical body and into the bloody light, mate. Ready for it. So stop looking at death, guys, like it's a cycle of life. Stop looking at death like it's the fucking end. It's the beginning of something brand new. It's the end of this lifetime, sure, bye. And it will be the beginning of something else when you go back home. We just forgot. We just forgot where we came from. And we come here to earth to balance out karma and to be reminded and to bring our superpowers into the physical body, here into the physical world to do healing. Because clearly everybody's fucked and we all need healing. And the divine feminine is going to be the one to change the frequency of the universe. It has to start off with you and me. It ripples out to everybody else, and then you'll start to see. So when the shift comes, are people going to be left behind? Yes, but not like what you think. We're not going to be beamed up Scotty, and then our loved ones who are not believing in what believing are going to be left behind. It's a change in perception. So it's your belief system. If you believe it, so it will be. If you believe in negativity and you put your energy in like, oh my God, we heard that there is this country is going to flood, and then you feed into it and you watch the news, the flood will come because you're calling for it in your timeline. It's your perspective, it's your perception, it's your belief system. It's not going to flood. It's not coming in my lifetime. I don't want that in my lifetime. It's not going to be on my timeline. No way, no hell, no how. None of this shit. No way, no way, no how. So what I'm saying to you is your belief system is really, really important. If you believe in misery, misery will flow in because you believe it so. It is so. You called it in. You wanted it. You're the co-creator of it. You called it in. You believe in demons and you think that your house is haunted and you think that it's evil energy. Thank you for calling it in. It was all your fault. Your belief system is so powerful. So your timeline, my timeline might be, oh my God, there is a negativity coming my way and I feel like they're going to end up knocking on my door and they're going to take this away from me. That's not going to be on my timeline. My timeline might be different from your timeline because of our belief system. Right. What you believe, you will co-create. If you believe that your money is coming in a year, 5 months time, it'll be a year and 5 months time. Whatever you believe is what is going to happen. Your belief system is really important. So whatever you believe in is not necessarily on the same timeline as, that's what it means by the shift. It's not that somebody's going to beamed up and go to the like, because I told you that the universe is splitting in two, right? And it's not what you think. The universe is splitting into the negative dimension and the good dimension, the higher frequency and the lower frequency. It's infinite. It's the infinite. It's the 888 thing that we keep seeing. So it's like there are people going to be left behind because they're still angry and negative and believe in the worst thing. They follow the news. They follow a cult, a religion. This is why I always say, don't just listen to me. Find your own answers. Get what I'm saying. But if you're like, oh, I need to investigate that, do that. Do it. I'm not going to just take somebody's word for it and go, yeah, man, that's it. Investigate. Do it, guys. Don't just listen to me. Investigate. What feels right to you is right for you. So divine feminine energy is going to be activated. You don't want to be sick. Let the energy flow. Release any blocks that you're holding on to. Because there's something I wanted to talk about eyes as well. Okay. When you look into somebody's eyes, you'll see all of these grooves and dentation and like different colors in somebody's eyes, right? And I want to talk about the color of eyes today. I'm going to go through the color of eyes and where you came from. I also want to say to you, I would love to know if any of you lot have this. So can you see my birthmark? So I've got a birthmark here, and I've got a birthmark here, and I've got loads of landscape here. I've got landscapes on my face here. So birthmarks are markers, portals on the physical body, experiences. There's many reasons for birthmarks, many. And it's an amazing story actually behind a birthmark. It's amazing. My daughter has different color eyes with 2 colors. That's one special child. I'm going to talk about it. But first I want to talk about a marker. Has any of you got a triangle birthmark on your body anywhere? Get your daughter, get your mum, get your husband to look at your whole body and tell me if you have a triangle birthmark on your body. That's significant. That's a significant sign that does tell you, this marker, that you are a star seed child. But there is other factors in it, because it's not simple, is it? We live in a world of mysteries. So the triangle marker birthmark says that you are a star seed child. This birthmarker is to show you that you did come from another planetary system. I need to go for a wee. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be really quick. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 sec. Otherwise, I'm going to wet myself. I have a birthmark. Both my eyes are above and marked below. Sometimes new birthmarks and beauty marks appear out of nowhere. It's amazing. Amazing. Right. No. Birthmarks are a lot of things. So a birthmark could represent a map. So I have, can you see, if I get rid of my filter, these are all my birthmarks. Let me just see if I can you see that? Look at that. So, and I have some on the side of my face as well. So these are what birthmark represents in the spiritual, what I've learned through books, what I've learned from my guides to confirm that what I'm reading is, they always direct me what to read. So birthmarks are these: portals, maps, old wounds from a past life. These are, it goes deeper. Whatever portals, maps, old wounds from a past life. If you have, all right, I need to show it to you. I'm so excited. I'm like a little girl talking about my favorite subject to all of my sisters out there. One is shaped like Jamaica. Myself and my two sisters have the same birthmark in the same place. Shut up, Diana. Oh my God, you might be cosmic twins. My best friend was telling me that, so she's got a tattoo on her legs. I must have told you this before. She's got this tattoo on her thigh here. And she was like, when I gave birth to my daughter, there was a bloody mark on her leg, the same as my tattoo. I have freckles that can link like stars to... Oh, Donna, I'm going to talk to you about something right now. It's funny that you say that. Listen to this. Hold on a second. I wanted to pull it up before I spoke about it. Star constellations. Are you joking? Anyone ever heard of Orion's belt? Anyone ever heard of it? Mine is lower by my bum. Show us. Gemma, send a picture of your ass to all of us. Let's have a look at it. Okay. Well, you got the Orion belt here. If you have a birthmark the shape of Orion's belt, that is also showing you that you are a starseed child. Yeah, show us proof. I want to see your ass. Let's go, girl. So if you have birthmarks that are linked and star shaped, and it looks like the Orion's belt, you're a starseed as well. It's amazing. Orion's belt, starseed. 2026, the starseed people are going to be activated. A starseed, listen, there are so many. There's rainbow children, starseed children. There is like earthbound children. There is the fairy realm children. These are energies. So we are souls come into the physical form, but we could have come from another planetary alignment. Starseed children is the one who lights up the energy of everybody around them. That's why they don't like to be on Earth. That's why they probably drug themselves up, drink lots of alcohol, because they can't handle the frequency of the physical world. But what starseeds, rainbow children, and all of these crystal children is they are light bringers. If I have to narrow it down to simplify it for everybody, starseed children, rainbow children, crystal children are light bringers. They're bringers of light from the heaven to the earth, born into the physical body, energetically healing everybody around them. So if you have that triangle on your body and it's a birthmark or a marker, or you've got the Orion's belt on your body, You are a starseed child. But we're going to talk more about this as well, because I'm going to go into eye color. Okay, so by 2026, starseed children all over the gaff. Your grandchild, your great grandchild, starseeds. You might even be a starseed and you don't even bloody realize it, but you will think to yourself, why am I always drained? Why do I feel drained every time? So, triangle beauty mark. That's a marker. That's a marker. L'Oreal, that's a marker, honey. Right, let's go into it. Black to brown eyes. Don't even get me started with the letters on your hands. Don't even get me started, because when you got letters on your hands, you come from a white witch energy. In your past life, you might have mixed with herbs. You might be a great cook, Miss Lotus. Herbs, spices, healer. When you got the M imprint on your hand, it really represents witchy energy. Can you see the M? Hey, sisters. Hey, sisters. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Everybody says a lot of us have it, though. That's because a lot of us are like divine, powerful beings. Duh. Warlock, wizards, white witches, healers. These are what this represents. And a lot of us are, but we're just so stupid. Oh my God, I just seen it. Donna. Oh, hello, sis. This is our community. This is where the safe space where we can talk about all of this weird shit. So, 2026, there's going to be a whole bunch of starseed children walking around. So we're going to talk about black to brown eyes. If you've got black to brown eyes or dark brown eyes, so I'm a witch in my past life. Yes. You still got the witch energy with you now, the white witch. You might have been in a town where you helped everybody and you were the good cook and you were like, take this elixir and that will help you to have an erection and then get your wife pregnant. Thank you, Miss Lotus. Thank you. So he goes, he takes the elixir that you've given him, and now he's got a child because he's implanted that seed in his baby, in his I love spices. There you go. You know, oh, I've got a cough. What can I do for this sore throat? And then Miss Lotus comes along. She starts mixing herbs and spices. Drink this twice a day. You'll be right as rain in 3 days. This is the kind of shit that we have in our DNA that's locked in. Okay, so yes, you are more than what you think, what you see in the mirror. So please don't for 1 second that you look in the mirror and that you think that's it, because that's not it. There's so much more to you than you could ever understand. That's why we need to unlock these energies. So when you have black to brown eyes, hello, old souls. The people who have black to brown eyes are very earthy energy, earthbound energy, created for the earth, for the renewal and the rebirth of the earth, for Mother Earth. You are old souls. You have been reincarnated over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You have died and born and reborn and died and born and redied and go over and over the cycle of life. So when you have brown eyes, you're an old soul. You've been in ancient times. Hell, you might have been walking on the grounds of Jesus when he was alive. But when you have brown to black eyes, you have been born over and over and over again. You are an old soul. You chose, what the fuck were we thinking, brown-eyed people? We were like, yep, we're going to go down there. We're going to help the energy of the frequency of the universe. And that's why we're going to go down there. We're volunteers. Exactly. Come back multiple times. What the fuck were we fucking thinking? Never am I coming back here again. I have brown eyes. I remember being Yes, on a plane before and I was born. I'm going to talk about green eyes. I'm going to talk about blue eyes. I'm going to talk about the ring around your eyes, the gold ring around your eyes. I'm going to talk about it all, guys. You just listen and eat your biscuits and drink your tea and confirm anything that you hear me saying. So again, black eyes, brown eyes, old souls are born over and over again. Old souls are grouped together. I will talk about eye conditions as well. Promise you. I'm going in, guys. I'm going in. So when you have usually brown-eyed people come as a group, a soul family. So everyone in my family has black to dark brown eyes, apart from my father. My father's eyes were like, I don't know, hazel, green, yellow. We're going to talk about them eyes too. So then help everyone that, yes, of course, 100%. Been here over 12 times, I have been told. Yes, more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if you've been here more than that. Make more coffee for everyone. So when you have brown-eyed people coming into the world, that's usually your soul tribe. That's usually like a soul tribe, your family. You have an agreement. Like I had an agreement with my brothers and my sister. We all got dark brown eyes, or I got the lightest eyes out of my family, and then my father goes up in color. So it's like brown-eyed people always cluster together, and they always come back as the soul tribe. They always come in together, and the brown-eyed people are always here to ground the energy of Mother Earth. They're here to ground the energy for the family, for each other. We're here to ground each other because it's earthbound energy. And they say that the brown-eyed people are always grouped together with a specific mission together. So I know that my little brother is a wizard. Like, he made it rain when he was playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I love that game because you go into that energy, you go into that world. And he was like, I was playing with my sons, and then all of a sudden I was like, and one night it was a stormy night, and then the thunder, and then outside it was like, and then his sons were like, Dad, what are you doing? Are you doing that? And he was like, no. And then he was like, and then the thunder came again, then it went, and then his sons were like, Dad, I swear you're doing that. And I was like, I said to my brother, you do know that you're a wizard, right? You're like a warlock, druid, wizard energy. And he was like, am I? And I was like, yeah, you idiot. And he was like, I was like, be careful of what you ask for. And what my brother doesn't realize, and he's an artist, was that he doesn't realize that he's manifesting the things that he's drawing. And that's why I'm like, bro, be careful of what you tattoo on your body. Not good. Like, you can't be tattooing things like knives, or like Rihanna, she's got a gun tattooed on her body. No. No, that's a big no for me. So they usually cluster and band together when you have brown eyes, and it's because we have a certain mission together. I also want to say that we need to be outside in the sun, because the sun is going to accelerate the energy. It shines through your third eye, the pineal gland, so that people who look into the sun is going to be able to, it's going to activate the crystals in your physical body. And I did say this before, spending some time out in the sun like Superman rejuvenates and it re-energizes the body and the soul. And it looks green in them. Okay, right, okay. So when you have brown eyes, your old soul energy, and you were meant to be here on the physical world. So, people who have blue eyes, so we're going to talk about the blue eyes. Oh, sorry, let me go back to the dark eyes. Dark-eyed people are going to broadcast information from and to the earth. From and to the earth. So if you have, we'll talk about blue eyes in a second. Sorry, guys. So you transmit or you broadcast energy to Mother Earth, and it will come from Mother Earth. And then when you look into the eyes of someone, you are giving them information. It's like you're giving them the soul blueprint, or you're giving them this energy. You're giving them information through the soles of your eyes. So when you stare at somebody and you look into the eyes, whether you realize it or not, you're projecting information and energy into somebody else's eyes, and they're doing it to you as well. All right. Hazel eyes are from Arcturus. So Arcturus is a star in the solar system. Okay, Arcturus is a star. It's 37 light years away from Earth, a galaxy. So when you have hazel eyes, which is what my father had, it was hues of greens and hazels and yellows. He is from the energy planet, the star planet Arcturus. And they say that Arcturus is 37 light years away from Earth. It's like a galaxy. If there are flux of light in the hazel eyes, it can broadcast messages from Earth to Arcturus. Am I saying that right? Arcturus. And send out messages. They say that if you've got a gold ring around your eyes, inside the eyes, it's a telltale sign, again, that you're broadcasting information to the Pleiades, star system. The Pleiades is a blue cluster of stars located in the Taurus constellation, and it is 444 light years from Earth. And they Arcturus, yes, like the Arcturus, yeah, Arcturians, yes. Now, when you have blue eyes as well, they say that you're connected to the blue planet, like the blue planet. Oh God, what are they called? It's Arcturians. I can't remember. When you have blue eyes, they say that you can communicate with dolphins, that you can communicate with the whales, that you are sea energy. I know I'm part of the sea. I'm a Capricorn. Capricorn's earthbound energy, yes. But if you look at the Capricorn sign, it represents mermaids. The Pleiadians, yes. Okay. Yes, casting broadcast to the Pleiadians, Pleiades, that planet, yes. So that is hazel eyes. When you have green eyes, we'll talk about all of this stuff. When we have green eyes, you're projecting information from Earth to Lyra. This Lyra is, again, a constellation. It's a constellation in the north sky. Very psychic energy with green eyes. This will also go with the indigo eyes as well. Because for me, if there is hues of indigo, if there's hues of yellow and brown, and then you've got the gold ring in your eyes, there is something more to your bloodline than you think. There's something more to your energy, your DNA than you think. You're very psychic with the green eyes. I'm not saying that if you don't have green eyes, you're not psychic, because we're all born that way, but you're just more that than I would be. But it always takes an activation for you to wake up. Do you know what I'm saying? So and they also say as well, with the green eyes, did you know that if you have a stigma, that's a powerful sign of psychic energy? A stigma is an ability to see through other dimensions. So if you've got green eyes, yeah, and you've got a stigma attached to the green eyes, you're able to pierce the veil and see other dimensions. So you would see the strange things. That would be the indigos as well. Anyone got green eyes and a stigma? Able to pierce through other dimensions? This is also the ability to wake up and see. You have to train and brain train this energy meditation, going out in nature. This is all going to help you to clear out that third eye energy. If you've got gold in the iris, this is also a telltale sign that you project information from and to Andromeda. Is linked to Greek mythology. Everything is real. Everything is real. Everything is real. Nothing came from stories. This isn't made up. This shit is all real. The Greek mythology, everything is real. The dragons, everything is real. Look, we have dragons in the form of like crocodiles. I have one blue, one green. Oh my God. And that's madness. And I've got gold in it. That's crazy. You can connect to the blue planet, the ocean. The green eyes, the psychic. And then you got the gold ring around it. Are you joking? You got gold in your iris, telltale sign that you're projecting information to Andromeda. Come on. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you see mathematical equations. These are codes given to you by the higher power, by the highest power. Ever wake up and see? Has anyone seen that film? What's her name? The chess player. I can't remember what that film's called. And she looks up in the sky and then she can see the chessboard and she's playing chess. It's like that. If you can see mathematical equations, you have certain superpowers, man, depending on the mood. And you're going to also start to see, as the energy of the universe is starting to get more spiritual, that your eye colors are going to shift. I got a tattoo of the heart of the wave going through it. Oh my God. So if you're somebody that wakes up in the middle of the night and you can start to see mathematical equations, you do have some amazing abilities. Oh, we covered a lot. Nothing but love. It's a lot. We covered a lot. I'm going to have to post this up at some point. I'm talking about eye color, talking about divine feminine, the power within us, the activation codes, stigma in the eyes is ability when you have, is so much. If you're able to see mathematical equations, you're able to work certain patterns out. This is the unlocking of the DNA. It's unbelievable. It's going to wake up the DNA codes that is dormant within us. I would say around 2032 to 2036, the whole world will be filled. What time did I start? I started at 1:30. It's nearly 4 p.m. here in the UK. They say that around 2032 and 2036, the starseed children will form the new energy system grid. Blue eye people will project information from the water planets. So if you have blue eyes or purple, the purple as well, and you develop your abilities, you have the capability of communicating with marine life, the dolphins, the whales, you name it. If you have grey eyes, you know you can receive information from the rocks. You know, like when you go to a beach and you see those massive big boulder rocks and then you look at the... Because you do realise that when I died, I noticed, like in Alice in Wonderland, that every hue of grass was alive and talking to me. Math was never my strong point. This won't be for everyone. It will be for certain people. But when I crossed over to the other side, everything was alive in colour. The grass, the tree. Did you know that before the universe got corrupted by negativity and like toxicity, trees were able to talk. Like in The Hobbit, those tree people. And I told you I saw a tree person outside my house after I meditated, and he was looking at me from behind the tree, and it was a tree man. Trees used to be alive and was able to communicate. But because of the negativity that was planted into the physical world, into the earth, the trees had to lay dormant, because chopping down trees, cutting down trees, getting rid of the plants is getting rid of plant medicine. Yes, the rock giant, yeah. So when you have gray eyes, you can communicate with the rocks, because everything has life. The rocks, the flow of energy in the water. They say that if you're ill, it's good to bathe in the lake. The lake will wash away all, like a lake, the ocean or the river, it washes away the illness or the ailment. It's great for that. It helps you to unlock and unblock. This is why the universe is telling you, this is why angels and guides and loved ones are telling you to step out into Mother Nature, because every information that you will ever need for survival here is all within imprinted in the trees. Think about it. The trees have been around for centuries. So could you imagine what kind of information is stored in the trees if you take a moment to sit and listen? I love The Labyrinth. I love that film. Do you remember when I was telling you a couple of weeks ago that there was like a car accident, a guy passed away, his soul came out of his body, then he came back into his body, and then he saw the trees talking, and the trees were like, oh, we see a car accident here all the time, like it was normal. One way to open up your third eye, because there's so many ways to open up your pineal gland, your third eye. We'll do the simple basic stuff first. Detoxifying, I talk to the trees and they do answer, yeah. That's why, was it Buddha? Was it Buddha? Who sat underneath the tree? Oh God, excuse me. So there's a couple of ways to open up your third eye and to unblock the third eye. Apple cider vinegar not only burns fat, which is great, but it also detoxifies the pineal gland, the third eye. Meditation also opens up the third eye. If you was to put like an indigo crystal on the third eye and meditate on that, then you'll be able to unlock the third eye. Set the intention, visualize that third eye, yeah? Visualize it and see it opening. That's another way. The other way, I add cayenne and honey, is that okay? Yeah, these are all herbs, and you know, pure honey is really amazing because it will, like pure honey with the honeycomb in it, good for healing and information, because the bees store information in the honey, and when you take it in, you will start to receive information through your dreams, through the visions. You'll start to have healing. It's amazing what pure honey can do. The other way to open up your third eye, like, let me go back to the grey eyes first. If you have grey eyes, and I say you can communicate with the rocks, you can go to Stonehenge and be in the energy of that stone, and you'll start to see, like psychometry, when you touch something, you start to see all of the imprints of what happened and what that stone had witnessed, because the stone will communicate with you. So it's amazing, like different colored eyes communicating with earth energy. Okay. One way of opening up your third eye, you're going there in August. Oh my God. Okay. Block your ears and hum. And when you do that, visualize when you unblock the third eye, like this triangle. So when you go, and then it goes here, it's like, and then it goes here to your third eye. So visualize that humming sound, because you're blocking out everything. And then when you do the humming sound, this is why people do chants and stuff like that. They go, and you can do this as many times a day as you feel like you need to in order to open up your third eye. But that is one way as well of unblocking third eye energy. You can even get a bit of rose oil and you can like put it on your third eye as well. That could also potentially lock, is what I'm saying. Not for all, but for some. But for me, I like to try all things. I like to try all things to unblock the third eye. So it's very, these are all like information that you need to do. Also, you need to, it is essential to get some rose oil. I didn't like the smell of it at first because it was really potent. But then I noticed that every time I go to sleep and I put the rose oil all over my nightgown, all over my outfit or on my pillow, it brings a sense of calm. And they also say put it on the bottom of your feet. Is the humming a vibration that opens it? Yes. Yes, it's a frequency. It is a frequency, yes. It's a frequency that opens that energy up. So I highly, highly recommend it. It's so good. What else do I have to say to you? There's so many things. Yeah, that makes sense. Frequency. Yes, intrusive thoughts. Yes. When you block everything out and then you hum, it's a frequency, and you have to set the intention. So you got to focus the sound, because when you start blocking your ears, you'll feel or sense or see the energy go like this, and then it travels up to the third eye. It's amazing. Remember, girls, you have a DNA, you have codes in your DNA that needs to be unlocked. You have to unlock the dormant. Is it safe? I will never ever tell you to do something that's unsafe. That's just not who I am. I won't ever tell you to do something that is unsafe. Miss Lotus. Are you talking about doing that and going, what do you think is unsafe about it? I will never tell you guys to do something unsafe. Never. But I think sitting in your living room in a safe space and blocking your ears and humming it's not something that will put you in danger. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. No one can force anything upon you. If you don't like the sound and it makes you feel uncomfortable, don't do it. Just go out into Mother Nature and be with the elementals. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would never tell you to do something that's unsafe if I'm doing it myself. Give me 1 second. So I'm currently, that's not why some people hum all the time. I'm currently reading this book, The Hypnotist Journey to Avalon. You really want to see Danny as you never said goodbye. So do you remember what you said in the beginning? And I told you I see my family here, and you said it would scare you. You got to make up your mind, because you said in the beginning, Miss Lotus, that would scare you. What do you want? Do you want, because remember I said to you, I can see my mother, I could see my father, and I could see my bestie, and I can see through them. And I said to you, I could see a white hue of light around them. And you said in the beginning, it would scare you. You have to figure out what you want to do. You either want to see Danny or you don't want to see Danny. If you're afraid, I know you love him. You don't need to tell me that. He knows you love him. But if I'm describing what I see, I want, and I said this earlier as well, I'm not afraid. I want to see my mum. I want to see my dad. I want to see my best friend in spirit, form. But in the beginning, when I was telling you this and how I saw them, you said you were afraid and that would scare you. So then don't do it. Don't do it. So you have to figure out, Miss Lotus, if you are afraid or if you're not afraid. You got to figure out if you're afraid or if you're not afraid. Because if you're afraid, then don't do it. Because as I was describing how I see my loved ones, you said that would scare me. So you got to make up your mind. You have to be, you're scared of it or you're not scared of it. Are you going to be able to see Danny with the hue of light but see through him and not be afraid of him? Or are you going to be scared? You can't have both. Okay. So when I told you how I can see my mum, my dad and my best friend over there, you have to understand that they're going to go by your feelings and your emotions. I know you were waiting long, but I'm telling you, I'm saying to you that when I was telling you how I see them, you told me you were afraid. You can't be how I saw them. You said that would scare me. That's why he won't come to you that way. Not yet. Not until you're fully ready. I want to see my mum. I want to see my dad, who's on the other side. I want to see my best friend. And because I want to see them, they show up. But if in any way, shape or form, they feel that I'm afraid, like you said, that would scare me, he won't show up. He'll come to you in the form of you going on the train or the bus you said the other day, and I swear I saw Danny, I should have sat next to him. That's how he will show up to you then. So when I was reading this book, so I'm starting a new book. I'm like in between like a whole bunch of books right now. And when I started reading this book, it is amazing to me how Mother Nature can heal the physical body on so many levels. Both. Irene. So for this live, I said to them, don't come to me like a block, like real. Come to me like silhouette, because I don't want you to distract me from you guys. So intention. I set the intention. I set it. So I'll go, okay, guys, I'm going live. Don't come to me block like you're fully human. Come to me with a hue of light around you. Come to me so you won't distract me. Because if I'm talking to you and I'm like, what are you lot doing? And I said they're eating, so they're distracting me. I don't know what the hell they were eating. But I could see my mum going to Shivy and my dad, and they're sitting there going, just watching me. They would distract the living daylights out of me. So I'm like, come to me in a hue. Like you're there, but don't come to me in full body form, because I'll be looking at you lot, not paying attention to you guys. So, and I got seats over there. I've got a pink seat over there. So they're sitting there. Yeah. Can I see them in my third eye? Yeah. So basically, if I'm going out, like if I'm going out to like a gathering, I don't want to see my mum and dad and my as spirit form, like full block there. I'm like, guys, you're distracting me. And people are going to go, what are you looking at, Anna? I don't want that. So that's when I say to them, if I'm going out and I'm being social, I'll see you here. Come to me here. Don't come to me there. Show me here. It's intention setting. I set the intention of what I want. And remember, guys, it is practice. You have to meditate. In order to open up your third eye, you can do the humming, you can do the meditation, you can go out into Mother Nature, unlocking the energy, and doing this on a daily basis is going to help you to tune in easier to the other side. Because the veil is, it's like they're up a level and we're down here in the, like I always say, raise your vibrations up to the heavens. Do so. Because then you'll see them. So I just feel like they're just right there. But we're so human. We forgot about our soul self. We forgot where we came from. We forgot the powers within us. We forget the powers within us. We are cultured, religion, teachings, other people, projections of other people telling us what we think should be right or wrong. This is why I don't like listening to other people. I'm going by me. So I say to you, don't just listen to me. Go and do your own thing. Learn. Educate yourself. Get the information you need. It's beautiful, guys. And when my mum was alive, the shit that me and my mum saw, putting honey out for the fairies in the garden so they can make the plant grow, because they love like gifts. When they start trusting you again, they'll show themselves to you, thinking you saw, I swear I just saw a fairy, squirrels coming up to you, birds hopping next to you. That is a sign that fairies are around. When the animals start coming up to you and they're comfortable around you, my God. So I went to the garden the other day and I saw this squirrel and she was coming up to me. And it's so weird. I kid you not, on my mother's ashes, I called her Rose. And I could see she was female because I could see her nipples and it was swollen. And I just like, I looked at her and there's a picture, there's like a metal thing in my garden and it had a rose on it. And I looked at it and I go, hi. And I was like, what am I going to call you? And then I looked at the rose and I looked at it and I go, I'm going to call you Rose. And then I got some of my banana cake and I put it on the table and she took it and she was eating it. Then my brother comes out and he was like, oh, my squirrel. And I was like, huh? And he was like, yeah, she came to me ages ago. And I was like, she's called Rose, by the way. And then he was like, is it? And I was like, how do you know? And I was like, she told me. She looked at me. And then I looked at that thing. I said to my brother, and I was like, her name's Rose. She want me to call her Rose. Animals that come to you freely, you have a healing energy about you. They only, have you noticed that some cats don't like, maybe like family members, or some cats go, like they don't like your energy? Because I have some people in my family where cats, my B-boy would be like, and I would know why my cat would do that to that specific person, because they got like low vibe energy. So animals will come near you if they're attracted to you because you have a high frequency. When I was reading this, the Hypnotist Journey to Avalon, there was a woman in there called Christy, and she kept on having like brain issues. She's having like the brain issue. Me too. And allergies to cats. You know, you could have regression, get rid of those allergies. So listen to this. The woman called Christy in this book, Amazon. The woman called Christy in this book, she kept on having reoccurring dreams. Take a picture of it. She kept on having reoccurring dreams. In this reoccurring dream, she kept on seeing like a certain past life, and she didn't understand why she kept on having this past life energy. So what happened was, she went to go and have her aggression with Sarah, Brexman Cosme, and what they did was they unlocked this energy about her. So she was listening, this Chrissy girl, she was listening to Sarah, the hypnotist, talk about her hypnotizing or putting under hypnosis this woman called Christy. Her name was Chris, but this Sarah put a woman called Christy under hypnosis. And she was talking about all of the stuff that was happening to her brain, past life experiences. And this Christy was saying, why is this Christy that is being put under hypnosis talking about my life? This doesn't make any sense. And it was all to lead the new Christy to come to Sarah so she could have a regression and find out why she has this trauma leak in her brain. As she was going through it, she was talking about a past lifetime where she was supposed to get married when she was 12 years old. They restrained and tied her head really tight to put like this head brace on her because she needed to marry a man who was 25 and she was 12. And back in that century, a 12-year-old, a rearranged marriage with a 25-year-old was already was already supposed to be done. It was an arranged marriage. And she said that they strained her head and they put her body in this dress that was like constricting her breathing. And she was like, I couldn't breathe. I was 12 years old. I didn't know what was going on. I had no say. I had to make sure that I had to follow the rules. Otherwise they would, put me in prison or some shit like that and lock me up. But my mother was a druid. And my mother wanted to give birth to me in nature because she was connected to the fae, the fairies. And it was when she said, when I start to feel birth pains, she said to her husband, I need you to put me out by the trees. And then the husband wasn't spiritual. The husband was in a religion, in the new religion. So the new religion is what the husband believed in. He didn't believe in what she was talking about. She thought that she was a bit crazy. So when she asked for and demanded, please, when I start having birth pains, please put me out in Mother Nature because they would know what to do with me. Her husband was going, no, this was back in the centuries ago. Because she was druid and connected to the fae, the fairies, she knew that she had to give birth out in Mother Nature because nature would have taken care of her and taken care of they didn't do that. So what happened was, when you are anemic, and I've said this to you before, if you have anemia, you're connected to the fae. And the reason for this is because iron is the one that destroyed that realm energy. Iron, the fight, the battles. Iron was created weapons. They made iron into weapons. It destroyed the forest, ruined the fae, all of the angelic realm that lived in the forest. Iron. Okay? That's why I say when you have anemia, you are connected to the fae. If you're anemic, because the fae don't like iron because of what it did to their home. I need a transfusion. Because the husband followed the new religion. Yes, that's true. Maleficent didn't like iron. She's connected to the fae. This is what I'm saying. These people have done their research. Fae is fairies, the fairy realm. The fairy realm. They're trying to act like this energy doesn't exist. Fairies are real. I saw them. My mum saw them. Me and my mum saw them in the house. I was like, look, mum, there's Tink. And she was like, yeah, and I saw her yesterday. She comes into me in a yellow orb. Yeah. So fairies don't, the fae, they're the fairies, the fairy realm. They don't like iron because iron was created into swords and steel to cut and chop down trees. It was made as a weapon. It destroyed their home. So when this woman was then going, I want to give birth in Mother Nature, and the husband's going, no, because, you know, he believed in a new religion. He believed in the new created religion. He didn't believe in all the things of nature that had been here for thousands of years before he was even born. That, yeah, he didn't want to believe in that stuff. So what happened was, because she kept on saying, I want to be born, I want to give birth outside, they thought she was possessed. They thought she was possessed. So what did they do? They got a priest. And and this is something that when the woman was under regression, she was talking about in her past life. This is all that happened to this girl that was put in regression, Chrissy, the new Chrissy now. And then the Chrissy that was put under regression was talking about her past life. But this Chrissy was like, this is all the stuff that's happening to me now. But just a little bit different, more modern. And she was like, why does that story resonate with me? And then when that woman who came in for the regression, the new Chrissy, they were like, you had to hear that story because your soul was calling you to Sarah to have the hypnosis, to unlock the energy within you, to talk about your story. And now that you're talking about your story through her book, the brain trauma that you have is going, we're going to take it away from you. We're going to release it because you don't need it anymore. That's why I want to do regression. Because if I can do regression and become a practitioner at regression, I can heal you without medicine. And that's what Sarah has been doing. So the girl goes in, goes under hypnosis, talks about her story from what happened in the past, the fae energy, the trauma, why her brain hurt because she was put into this lock position, all the shit that happened to her. They gave her that brain problem because they needed her to go under hypnosis with Sarah to tell the story and let go. Because we don't hold just trauma from this lifetime. We hold trauma from past lives that we are yet to we have not yet resolved. And that's why it needs to come out of us. Unresolved trauma, not just from past lives, but from past lives. So when this woman is being put under hypnosis, Sarah then says, she says, can I speak to Christy's higher self? So Christy's higher self comes forth and she says, Sarah says, higher self, now that Christy has come out with this information about what happened in her past life, what will happen to her brain, the brain problem? And they said, now that she is talking about it through you, Sarah, and telling the world about it, we're now going to release the energy. So she goes back to the doctors. The doctor's like, you've had this problem with your brain for years. It's disappeared. It's gone. We don't know where it is. Same with people who have cancer, put under hypnosis. Now that the story has come out and she has let go of the suppressed energy from that life when she had cancer before, what will happen is when she comes back into the physical body, we are now going to release any cancer and the cancer will start to heal from her body. Only because she was put under hypnosis. Only because she was put under hypnosis. It was unbelievable. It's like drinking water from a spring will also, it's like unlocking the DNA. If you drink water from a certain spring somewhere in the world, it will unlock the DNA codes. Why do people have insomnia and sleepless nights? It's caused by toxic energies that are exposed to your body during the workday. Heavy smells, pollution in the air, stress on her body. Your body is so sensitive and your spirit is more so sensitive that it creates an imbalance and a disruption in the sleep. Magnesium bath infused with essential oils can clear negativity. You will absorb it because your pores and your skin will open up and that will cleanse and heal your body. It calms the body and soothes the spirit. A salt bath. What have I been saying for the past couple of days? promotes deep relaxation and replenishing the physical body. The brain problem that Christy had, she had it for thousands of years. It was trauma. And because now it's being revealed by Sarah, she's able to clear and cleanse out this energy. Unbelievable. I was like, oh, hell yes. I've got to tell my people this, man. Get this book. Get the book. Unbelievable. Ancestors are always here trying to help us. Always. Call them in. Intention setting. Get this book. She did this from time to the Starseed family, and it was shaman people. She wrote that book. I got that. She did this, and then the Avalon, and then she did another one. I need to get, I think it's like, she's got like 5 books that are coming out, or 4 books, 3 books or 4 books. Hold on. So you got the hypnotist journey. Something about the starseed. Hold on. Oh, from the trial to the star people, right? So you've got the secrets of the Sphinx, the hypnotist journey to Atlantis. They also said that people with blue eyes, you could potentially have been from Atlantis as well. So I just need to get the Atlantis one, and I need to get the Sphinx as well. These are the books that she's written. I have that one. I've got that one. And then the hypnosis journey to Atlantis, and then the Sphinx. All information coded. All coded information that when we read these books, is going to awaken you in some way, shape or form. Yeah. I love her. She's just amazing. Anything dormant in your body that needs to be activated will be open once you read these books. It's unbelievable. I need to get the Sphinx one. Do the tuning fork. So good. Once every night before you go to bed. The best time to do it. You could do it in the day, but nighttime is when we're more open. You know, Sarah, because I love Dolores Cannon, I love Brian Weiss, I love Sarah Brexman Cosme. Sarah went to a medium. I'll show you. Sarah went to a medium. And this medium said to her, you're going to... Here's a tuning fork. So you hit the tuning fork and it goes bing. I got all of the tuning fork. Hold on, let me get it. Sound therapy. Doctors used to use it back in the day. Amazon. I've showed this to you many times. Many times. Chakra colors. It's just good for healing. Sound healing. Can you hear that? Sound healing speaks. This is the base chakra. Root. The root is this one here, where the groin is. So when you hit that, you can put that just above the groin and you can let it cleanse the energy. I can feel the vibration holding it on. Yeah. Yes. Amazing. I bought this. How do I place it on you? So there's a crown chakra, yeah? So I would hit that and then it's vibrating and then I'll put it right above my head and I can feel the whole thing going down my body. And I'll do that until I feel better. So you can feel the whole vibration. It goes all, and if I have a headache, I use the crown one and then I'll put it on my forehead. And then you can feel the vibration go all the way down your body. So wherever you feel some sort of pain, so that's how I do it. It's just, I just try to cleanse the energy. I just try to cleanse my energy. And this is the throat chakra. You got a problem with speaking, so you can put that here on your chin. Then it sends a shock wave, like a frequency into your throat. I want to focus on my eyes. So then if you want to focus on your eye, you will then get the, let's have a look and see. Third eye. Can you hear it, right? And you can even just do that because the sound will go through and then go into the section where it belongs. Amazon. And then you can get the tuning fork activator. You don't have to put it, you can if you want, but you can also just hit it and you can do two things. You can do third eye and crown and then put them both in your ear. So if you hit the third eye and the crown, look. Can you hear that? 7. Can you hear the different song? It's good, isn't it? Hold on. So healing. I'm starting them tonight. Good. You got all the colours of the rainbow here. And it's worth the money, believe me. Oh, there's one more in here. Worth it. Worth it, as far as I'm concerned. And then I got another one here. This is like the all over. And it comes with a tool in the case. Yeah, it comes with a tool in the case where you can remove the drum. When you remove the drum, the sound is different. So, just... Right. So do you know when the drum was on, it was like, ooh. See the difference with the drum and without the drum? So if we put the drum back on, it's deeper. Hold on. Sorry, guys. When you put the drum back on, the sound is deeper. So it depends on how you want to heal, what you want to heal. And there will be guidelines on how to do it, how to work it. And then look, when the drum is back on, now listen to it. It's deeper, right? The hum... Oh, I didn't tighten it properly. The hum is different now, so you can see. It's amazing, these things. Amazing. I feel like when I start doing massage, I'm gonna bring these into it again. Look at the difference in sound. Madness, right? It's crazy. Isn't it crazy? Like I said, this is the sound. This is the sound of the crown chakra. This is the sound of the crown chakra with the drum. Oh, for fuck's sake. Where's my little handy little tool? This is crazy. Anyway, so you get the drift, right? You get it. Oh, here it is. Oh, it isn't. Yeah, it is. Remove the drum. No, that's not the one. Remove the drum, and it's beautiful. You can have it with the drum, without the drum. When you remove the drum, it creates a higher pitch, a higher tone. It can always go through into your body. Just putting it through your ears. You don't have to necessarily put it on all the places. You can if you want, but sound healing is amazing. That's what they used to use anyway back in the days. They didn't use like tablets and medicines that will make you even more ill, that will put a coat over the problem. Yes, it's the drum. It should automatically come with your tuning fork, but you can remove or take off the drum, and they give you a tool with it, so you can choose whether you want to have the drum or without the drum. This is the activator. It's the tuning fork activator. I also got this on Amazon. No, they're not the same size because they represent the chakras in the body. So you have the base chakra, which is the groin area. And then you have the, okay, let me show you. So you have the root chakra, the base. That's where your groin is, yeah? Above the root chakra, you then have the the sacral chakra. So that's one up. So you've got that one there. You've got the other one there, just a bit down there. So that's root, sacral, and then you've got the solar plexus is where your belly button is. Solar plexus is yellow. Right? So this is first. This is second. This is the third chakra. And then you've got the heart chakra. It's another one up. After the heart chakra, you've got the throat chakra. After the throat chakra is the third eye. And then after the third eye, you got the crown. But then they give you an extra one, which is the higher heart. The higher heart chakra. Why not, guys? Just if you're sick of popping pills and it doesn't do anything for you, why not? Knees. So these are the lower chakras. Root, sacral, solar plexus. You can Google it. Go and Google. And it will show you the roots. So anything for the lower chakras, like the feet, the knees, red. This is earth energy, grounding energy, associated to money, associated to work. That's why I always say ground yourself to Mother Nature, wear red knickers. So you would hear me every so often tell you to wear red knickers, because the root chakra is about stability. It's about the adrenal gland. It's the feet. It represents the spine, the rectum, the hips, the knees. This is what that represents. So if you want to work, these are the lower three of the physical world. When you can go past the solar plexus and you get up to your heart chakra, the kundalini, when the kundalini awakens and it goes from the root to the sacral to the solar plexus up to the heart. Now, these are the highest levels of frequency. So you got your heart, you got the throat, you got the third eye, and then you got the crown. These are the highest frequencies in the body. So we have to go from the bottom, and the snake, the serpent, the energy, the chi, the life force has to go up. And once you hit the top, you'll see everything. All the color ones, you got them from Amazon. All of this came from Amazon. Everything. All of it. They all came from this case. They all came from this case. They all come with this little hitter thingy. And there should be the tool to take off the drum. All from Amazon. And you can use it to clear your house of negative energy. Hit that tuning fork and go all around the house, because negative energy just doesn't like high-pitched tones or humming sounds. It's great. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Get chimes. You know, the chimes. Get chimes that in the wind, it goes, it just like tingles in the wind. Get chimes. That also calls in angels into your house. I've got an amethyst chime at the back of my door. It's an amethyst chime. Got it from Amazon, obviously. Yeah, chimes call in angels. I got a rain drum. I showed it to you before. You lot must think I'm like a big kid, because I am. I got a rain drum. It's so self-soothing. So when it rains, what you can do is you can put this outside when it rains and it sings to you. So when it's like raining, obviously like splatter of rain, it's all over. And then there are like little books that comes with it. And then you could literally play songs. It's good. Me and my daughter, when I first got it, we're sitting in the kitchen, you know, we're trying to like play all of these like little songs, because they give you a little booklet and it will tell you what song that you can play. But what you do is you can put it out. You can put it out. Put it out in the garden when it rains, and then you can hear this beautiful song because all the raindrops are just falling onto it. It's so soothing. I wish I had the little book. I think I threw it away because I was like trying to play. I'm losing myself here. Sorry. I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost in the rhythm of things, guys. I need to grow up. Oh my God. No, I don't. Yeah, so get these things because, I mean, they've helped me a lot. You know, they helped me so much. I love it. I'm a kid at heart. I know I'm 44 and I've got white hair and white pubic hairs and white armpit hairs, but I'm still a child at heart. I'm still Paddy Pam. You know, not Peter Pan, but like Paddy Pam. I'm a kid at heart, man. And that's how we're supposed to be. Life is so short, so live every day like you're a kid. Just be like, who cares? Go for it, man. Go for gold. Did you know that joy juices heal you? When you're feeling joy and you're happy and you feel good in your body, when you start to be happy and you start to laugh and you start to have fun, you don't really understand that you're activating like healing energy because you're not taking life so seriously, because everything just is. You have to remember that you've already pre-planned your life. So when you pre-plan your life before you come in, you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to do. Just go where your soul takes you and you're good to go. It's so important that we already know what's going to happen. We just forgot. Just trust that you know what your plan is and that everything is going to fall into place. That's what's important. That's so much fun. I've got a lot to tell you next week, Sunday. Hopefully I'm not doing anything, but I'll keep you posted. So I'm going to go and have something to eat now, but there's still so much information that I want to give you. So for now, get yourself your tuning fork, get yourself your books, education, learn, educate, study, get yourself your essential rose oil. The reason why I've put on rings on my hands is also that they activate the energy of your chakra points in your hands. Every finger always represents something. Money, love, health, healing, When you put a ring on certain parts of your finger, it activates energy. It's crazy. I don't know what happened, but I just kept on seeing turquoise, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to just buy turquoise ring. Doesn't necessarily have to be turquoise, because turquoise is also a crystal. It's also good for the energy. And I wouldn't be surprised if you have blue eyes and you're attracted to the turquoise crystals or rings or jewelry. Yes, that means something. You come from the water world in some way, shape or form in one of your past lives. It's just amazing. It's so much to unlock, so much to talk about, so much to tell you. But I'm gonna get more information and tell you what I study within the book that I'm reading, the books that I'm reading, and I will make sure that I will tell you everything that I have learned, everything that I have learned, because it's important that I do that. Brown is earth energy, right? Earth energy. All right, guys. So I'm going to go. I need to go and eat now. I feel really hungry and I feel a bit tired. And I will see you guys on Monday. I hope I gave you some good information. I hope that it helps you in some way. Have fun, man. Get some rose oil so you can sleep really good. And when you have a bath, put a couple of drops in your bath as well, and try to get the rose oil and put it on your skin, under your nose, and even under your feet if you're not allergic. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you on Monday. Tomorrow. Duh. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys. I love you. Yes, you did. Thank you a lot, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.